Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Series E Draft Day for Guilty Gear Strive Season 2. My name is Yeso, hanging out here today as we get ready to get into the Draft Day action. We got a little pre-show here. We're going to have a little bit of fun. Jeopardy. I've got a few great guests getting ready to join me, but we're going to pull up the rules really fast before we jump into the game so we can break this one down for you all. Now, maybe we can bring this, can we bring this full screen so that I can read it, or do I got to turn around? There we go. Beautiful. Shout outs to production. Thank you so much. So we're going to have 3 players jumping in. If you've watched Jeopardy before, should be pretty standard. 4 different categories with escalating point totals for all of the clues. We do have a couple of special categories that I will explain to our players when we bring them in. Important thing, make sure to answer the questions. The answers must be in the form of a question. And we do have one daily double hidden in there. Of course, whoever finds the daily double is the only player that can answer, and they can wager up to as much points as they have to that point in the game. Of course, any incorrect answers, you lose points. You get a correct one, you win points. Whoever's at the top at the end wins it all. So let's bring in our 3 contestants here. We've got Jonathan, Tene, Apology Man, and St. Cola. Look at these 3 handsome gentlemen. Gents, how we doing today? It's good to see you all.
I'm doing
fantastic.
I'm doing good.
I cannot hear them, but hopefully it seems that they can hear me. We'll get this adjusted momentarily. Don't worry, Jonathan. I know you're here to recapture your crown in Jeopardy. All right, let's try one more time. Gents, how we doing today?
We're doing good.
I still cannot hear them.
Oh, no.
Bear with me for a moment, ladies and gentlemen. I love it. They're having a good time. All I'll say is it is good to see all of you. I'm excited for Season 2 of Series E. I know you are all as well, and I'm looking forward to getting into it. It's also, I don't know, it's weird. I haven't heard St. Cola's voice on a Series E cast in like 4-6 weeks, and I'm getting withdrawals a little bit. It's a little weird. I'm not a fan. Oh, I may have heard a laugh there. Can I hear it? Gentlemen, how we doing today? One more time.
We're doing good.
Yes, we're here. All right. Let's play some Jeopardy. Jonathan, Tene, Apology Man, and St. Cola here. We got all kinds of Guilty Gear clues for you all to answer. Let's bring the game up on the board. 4 categories for you here today. We've got Guilty Gear titles, frame data, character themes, and esports history. Couple of notes. Guilty Gear titles, all of those clues will be small snippets of the cover art for different Guilty Gear games. You'll need to tell me which title those correspond to. Character themes will be small portions of the character theme songs from Strive. You'll need to tell me which character those songs correspond to. Jonathan Tene is our returning champion, so the board is yours to start off with.
I'm gonna start with frame data.
Which one do you want? We got all kinds of escalating point totals this time, so how much?
400.
Okay, going big right off the bat. Frame data for 400. Gold Lewis Dickinson 6H has 35 startup frames, 30 recovery frames, and this difference on block. Ooh, not a lot of Gold Lewis players competing here today. Anybody have a guess? Apology Man wants to jump in.
Is it plus 12 on block? What is plus 12 on block?
That is incorrect.
Wait, there's negative.
Minus
no, damn it. I should have done that.
400 there for Apology Man. Jonathan and Cola, do you guys want to buzz in? That's a no from Jonathan.
Nah.
Cola says no. All right.
Nah.
The correct answer, what is minus 14?
That's pretty close, damn.
That was close. That was a good guess. So Apology Man is at minus 400 here to start off with. Bit of a rough way to go. We'll go back to Jonathan here for the next clue. It's okay. It's early. It's okay. You got time.
Let's do frame data 300.
Frame data for 300 here. The clue. Anji Mitos 2K has this many startup frames. Jonathan.
What is 6 frames?
Incorrect. Minus 300 for Jonathan Tene.
Okay.
Anybody else want to buzz in there? Apology Man.
What is 7 frames?
That is correct. There we go.
Let's go.
Not quite back up to even here, but that's
you're a
now
frame
up
data
to
nerd, you
that's
don't know
plus 300 there for Apology Man. What is 7? So
Oh, yes.
Apology Man is at minus 100. There we go. All right, Apology Man, the board is yours.
All right. Let me get esports history for 200.
Esports history for 200. This player got second in ARC Revo 2021 West Qualifier. Apology Man.
Let's go. Who is Jonathan Tene?
Yes, the man right next to you on the screen. That is 200 points for Apology Man there. Well played. I love it. As soon as Jonathan saw the clue, we just saw a nice laugh. Everybody knew what was going on. You love to see it. All right, what's our next choice here, Apology Man?
Okay. Let's do more esports history. So let me do esports history for 100.
Esports history for 100. This player won the Series E 5K faceoff. Apology Man.
Let's go. Who is Flash Metroid?
That is correct. That should be pretty fresh in your guys' memories. I know your nose not as red today as it was back a few weeks ago, but very nice and fresh. Very well done, Apology Man. Hey, you know what? You had that minus 400 off the start. You've had a quick recovery. You're looking good.
Yeah,
What's next?
It ain't nothing. All right, let me get esports history for 300.
Esports history for 300. This player got third in Genesis 8 2022 for Guilty Gear Strive. Jonathan.
No. Who is Apology Man?
That is correct.
Okay, we got
That's
it.
plus 300 points. I love
we're big
that
fans.
both of you just answering clues about the other. I would like to be clear, I do not come up with the clues for this game. But Jonathan,
Okay,
now
fair.
even at 0 points. Cola's been just kind of sitting back, kind of watching
Don't
the
worry, I'm
competition
coming.
here so far.
He's waiting.
He's playing the slow game here. Jonathan, next clue, what do we got?
Let's do esports for 400.
Esports history for 400. Closing out the category here, this player got fourth in CEO 2021 for Guilty Gear Strive. Jonathan.
Who's Punk?
Correct. Who is
Nice.
Punk? That's 400
I
points
forgot,
there
I forgot.
for Jonathan Tene.
I commentated that. I knew that one.
As soon as I read the clue, I was like, Cola has to know this. I know he was on the mic. Just a little slow on the buzzer. That's okay. That's okay.
Okay.
All right.
We got-
Esports
we'll
history
match
is
this.
done. Jonathan, do you want to go back to frame data, or are we thinking something else?
Let's do character themes 100.
Character themes. Remember, this will play a portion of a song. I need to know which character the theme is for. Let's go to character themes for 100. Jonathan.
Who is May?
That is correct. 100 points for Jonathan.
Bro, I'm
All of these.
mashing this. This is not right.
Yeah.
I hate that
This is
song.
not
That song
right.
is so bad.
That song comes and goes.
Jonathan wakes up in a cold sweat at night hearing that character
Yeah.
theme.
I hate May also. I hate that character so much.
You know what? At least she saw some nerfs a little ways back. She's not as
Good.
impressive with the Totsugeki as she used to be, so that's good
Get her
to
out.
hear.
Thank you, God.
What's
Thank
next,
you, God.
Jonathan?
Let's do character themes 200.
Character themes for 200. Let's find out this one. Jonathan buzzing in. He smiles.
Who's Zatto?
That is correct. Who is Zato one?
Y'all giving them the easiest ones.
I
What
don't
is
think
this?
it.
I needed to get to the sweet memories. I would have got it then.
I've heard the start of that song way too many times in training mode. It's not fair.
Okay, Jonathan with a
right,
nice 500-point lead over Apology Man right now. Are we going back to character themes? What are we thinking?
Yeah, sure, 300.
Character themes
I got this, chat.
for 300, and that is our daily double. So, Jonathan, the only one that can answer on the daily double here. You can wager up to 700 points. What do you want to put on?
700.
All 700, a true daily double here from Jonathan. Let's hear character themes for 300. All right,
It's
Jonathan.
who's Giovanna?
That is correct. Another 700 points. Jonathan Tene out to a huge lead here, up to 1,400. Cola shaking his head. Got a little bit of work to do.
I'm mashing the buzzer. It's not coming out. All right, let's go to the next one. Come on.
All right, do 400.
All right, let's close out character themes for 400 points. Jonathan.
Who's Anji?
That is correct. Who is Anji Mito
Damn.
for another
All right.
400
Impressive.
points. Jonathan
My man's
crushing the character themes.
Bro.
All right, let's do frame data 100.
Okay, back to frame data, back where we started the game here for 100 points. This Eno normal has 11 startup frames and ground bounces on air hit. Jonathan.
What is 2H?
That is correct. 100 points for Jonathan, who is on a tear right now.
All right, frame data 200.
Close out frame data here for 200
Let's answer.
points. This Zato 1 normal has 23 recovery frames and is a 2-hit poke. You got to buzz in. Apology, man.
Yes.
All
Let's
right.
go. All right. What is far slash?
Correct. 200 points
God, dude. I've been trying to get
for
these buzzers
Apology
wrong.
Man there, doubling his
Dang.
total here. Little bit of ground to make up. Let's see what we can do here. The last category is Guilty Gear titles. Which one do you want, Apology Man?
All right, let's do Guilty Gear titles for 100.
All right, starting from the top, Guilty Gear titles for 100. Which Guilty Gear title is that? Cola finally in. What do you got?
I think this is
Maybe it's in the
AC.
form of a question.
what is AC? What is Guilty Gear AC?
Incorrect.
Oh.
Incorrect. Minus 100 points, but Cola got buzzed in. Okay. Jonathan, Apology Man.
I'm good.
Jonathan gonna
This
stand
game
pat here.
probably came out before I was born.
What is Guilty Gear X?
Oh.
It really did.
I mean, yeah,
X.
there's no way I would have done that. That was
Jonathan.
100? Damn.
Playing the safe strategy. We'll go back to Apology Man here. We just go into 200.
Yeah, let's just go one by one. 200.
Let's do it. Guilty Gear titles for 200. Which Guilty Gear title is that? Apology Man in right off the bat.
What is Guilty Gear Exerd Revelator?
Incorrect. Minus
Two?
200 points. Minus one more 100 there for Apology Man,
what-
Jonathan.
What's Guilty Gear Exerd Rev 2?
Correct. 200 points for Jonathan Tene.
Yay.
Jonathan should be at 2,100. Apology Man at 200. Beautiful. Okay.
All right, let's do 300.
300. Let's go. Which Guilty Gear title is this?
Oh no.
You got it.
Oh no.
You got it.
You got it. We're gonna go.
Cola, what do you got for me? I believe in you, man.
Plus R. What is Guilty Gear Plus R?
Incorrect.
Damn it.
Minus 300
No.
for Cola. Anybody else have an answer? Apology Man.
What is Guilty Gear Issaka?
Incorrect.
That is-
Minus
Actually, no, you would have known that if anything. I
300
should have
there.
said that.
Yeah.
He would have said that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jonathan, you want to get in here?
No.
I think it's another one
on,
before
do
you were
it,
born,
do
my friend. What
Look
is
at how much he is in the
Guilty
league.
What is
Gear?
Yeah, no.
The
Oh.
original.
No way. I'm not.
All right, our last clue here in Guilty Gear titles to close out the game for 400 points. Which Guilty Gear title is that? Apology Man.
What is Guilty Gear Accent Core?
Incorrect. Minus 400 points.
Wait, no. No, it's next. No, wait, I don't know. Damn it.
Jonathan.
What is Guilty Gear Accent Core plus R?
Incorrect. Jonathan going to drop down 400 points there.
I tried, Beneath.
Yeah. All right, go for it, St. Cola. Do it. Do it.
Come on,
Team
Cola.
yourself.
You got nothing to lose, my man. Give it to me.
Besides being last place, what is Guilty Gear XX?
Incorrect.
Fudge.
Final one.
hard.
What is Guilty Gear 2 Overture?
Oh my god.
Oh, it's
Overture?
Overture. Oh,
That's
my
not even a
God.
Guilty Gear game.
No, bro.
I
No,
can
our
make the
friend would be so
clues.
mad
Don't
at
look
you.
at me, man.
We have a
Dad.
friend
These
that
questions.
loves
I'm
Overture.
gonna talk.
It's we're gonna get
Very
roasted.
sorry, Deadpool.
It's over.
Well, that means that our champion once again, our good friend, Jonathan Tene, crushing it. Apology, man, St. Cola. I appreciate y'all both jumping into the ring here to throw down. We'll mix things up a little bit next time, gentlemen. Thank you to all three of you so much for coming to hang out today. Of course, Cola, we'll definitely be hearing a lot from you throughout the season. Apology, man. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the bracket. Of course, Jonathan, we'll be talking to you a little bit more here later on in the day. So that's going to do it for Jeopardy, ladies and gentlemen. But it's time to start draft day. We've got two brand new players joining the fold here in Series E. We'll be talking to them, finding out which sponsors they will be representing this season, and we'll be talking to all four of our returning players from Season 1. So let's get into Season 2 Draft Day.
Arena Series E, we got all kinds of elite players here today for Guilty Gear Strive.
Series E. Let's get it. Sean takes it over Hotoshi. Not gonna hit. Oh my God, James.
I love watching this week after week, and I hope you guys do as well.
The super. Just seal it.
Come in, the overhead.
Let's go. Damn, that was so great play.
That's how scary the players are in this tournament. So many.
All right. Welcome everyone to Guilty Gear Series E Season 2 Draft Day. And I'll be honest, I think this is going to be the most boring part of the event because that was fire. That was hilarious. Jeopardy, phenomenal work by the staff. Apology man, Tene, St. Cola, that was hilarious. Congrats on Tene. Just the guy knows every single answer to all of our Jeopardies. That was pretty comical. Great work, fellas. Great work, production. That was hilarious. But regardless, you're stuck with me for the rest of the show. But we've got some special guests coming in. We've got all the players we're going to be talking to, interviewing them, getting their opinions on Season 1, and then what they're looking forward to for Season 2. But Series E, Guilty Gear Strive, Season 1 was an absolute success. If I don't say it myself, I guess we'll just jump right into Series E and what it actually is first. So Series E is the opportunity for you guys, that's right, just everyone that's watching this, to become a signed professional player through Esports Arena and compete for Series E. What we do is basically sign you to any one of these awesome brands that you see behind us, and you get to represent these phenomenal companies and basically be called Team Vizio or Vizio Jonathan Tene. So today we've got two brands up for grabs. We've got Razzo and we have our newest brand, Tyson Anytizers. That's right, Tyson Chicken has multiple products, and of course today we're bringing up the Tyson Anytizers, and I'll get into more about that once we draft the newest Tyson Anytizers player. But Series E, everyone that signs up for Series E and qualifies to compete earns a $750 a month salary from Esports Arena. You also get to compete for large prize pools. Season 1 ended with a $5,000 LAN event here in Irvine, California, where our headquarters are at. And that's right, we're live. So this is me. I'm Tyler Endress, CEO and founder of Esports Arena, here in our studios in Irvine, California. So everything you see here, Twitch chat, make fun of me. I try to do a lot of dad jokes that don't usually land, but they land in my head, which is hilarious. And then basically, I just like to talk to the players, get to know them a little bit, but then the folks in the studio next door to me, they're the ones that break down these players and what they're so good at, what they're looking forward to, and all that good stuff. They get into more of the technical stuff, whereas I just kind of like to hang out and draft these players and hopefully pay their paychecks. So, and that's right, hopefully, of course, you Halo folks out there, we always pay on time. at me. At any rate, if you don't know too much about Esports Arena, we had our humble beginnings here in Santa Ana, California. We opened up a 15,000 square foot facility up the road about 5.5 years ago, actually, 2015. Oh, geez, 7.5 years ago. It's been forever. COVID seems like it lasted forever, but due to COVID, it unfortunately did close down, but we have 18 locations all throughout the country. We actually opened them up inside of Walmart stores. So our large 15,000 square foot facility shrunk down essentially to a 25 gaming station facility inside Walmart stores. That's right, it might seem a little weird. We are located in Walmart, but Walmart is accessible to everyone across the country. So it makes sense for us to provide this competitive video gaming experience to those of you at home and anywhere across the country. If you want to know a little bit more about what Esports Arena looks like in a Walmart, well, we got the answer for you right here in this awesome video. Check us out, esportsarena.com. But let's roll it, fellas. So we also host Guilty Gear tournaments every Wednesday night at any one of those locations. We're only in 18 right now, growing to a lot more. Look forward to seeing the Esports Arena open up near you. That's right, free parking, and you can get your groceries done, and you can buy your gaming equipment while also signing up for your tournament at Esports Arena inside of Walmart stores. So thanks to Walmart, our partner over there, and for supporting us in everything that we do as well. And if you want to support us, it would be fantastic if you do shopping online, whatever, go to walmart.com/esports arena, and all of our brands that you see behind me all have product placement on that website. So if you need any new Tyson's chicken or any Tyson's Anytizer, new Nerf blasters, Vizio TV, Intel products, Razer products, I'm missing one more, and Excedrin, because you have headaches for gaming too much, it is game over for headaches. Go to walmart.com/esports arena to get that equipment there. It does, guys. It really helps us out when you go to that website. You support us, which these brands love it, because then they support Esports Arena when we support the players. Again, we take the brand's dollars, we put it into this infrastructure we have here, and we pay out to the players. We put up large prize pools, and we pay salaries to these players so that you guys can enjoy competing in esports and get paid to do so. That is a huge problem within esports in general, is that there's not a consistency enough of all different types of player bases being able to support themselves while playing their favorite video game. Here at Esports Arena, that is, I mean, we've hired most folks like myself who wanted to become pro at gaming and basically didn't have that pathway to become a pro. Series E is bridging that gap. That is exactly what our goal is here at Esports Arena, and we take these brands, we partner with them, we sell their product inside our stores and online so that you guys can have the opportunity to compete and get paid to compete. Hopefully bridging that gap and starting this with more and more titles. But regardless, today we're talking about Guilty Gear Strive, and that's what's most important. So to talk about that a bit, we're going to go through our Season 1. Season 1, again, like I said, was phenomenal. The entire staff out there, when we wrapped Season 1, was so excited because we knew that a LAN event was coming up. We also knew that the players loved it. You know, it's very difficult to make everyone happy within esports, as I'm sure a lot of you know within the audience. But one thing that we felt for sure was that Season 1 really did provide a lot of happiness for the player base, for our community, and for you guys at home. So take a look at the Season 1 recap, and then let us know what you think in chat. Take it away.
Draft day, baby. Season 1. Let's go.
Oh, it's going to be Intel.
Oh my god, that's actually the one I wanted.
First ever Excedrin player, and you are going to be hydrated. How you feeling?
I'm feeling great.
Woohoo! Video it is. This has been Draft Day, Season 1. Thanks so much, everyone.
And this is such a great bridge for the FGC, kind of entering into that top level of esports. And I, shouts to ESA again for making this possible.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, the level of competition that we're going to have, it's unprecedented. So much chip damage from that.
Okay, here's the opening though.
Too far away. That's the second time that's happened.
Hotashi gonna take this week's Esports Arena Series E tournament.
That's it. You can't survive this.
Go hard.
There's no way to survive.
Fantastic tournament, I gotta say, and I gotta thank all the players for coming through and showing us the action.
Slide head gets a knockdown situation.
Pop.
But Bubby is correct. That's gonna be a punish, and Shine takes it over Hotashi.
Towards the corner. This is huge. Oh my god. Are we going to see another? Is this going to be punched away back? Come back. Oh, Razzo with the jump over the far slash.
Let me see those Razzos. Let's go. Damn, that was so great play.
Look at this. Jonathan looking solid. Is this going to be in time or is this too slow? No, it is in time. This goes right in there, but look at this. Backdash into PRC, but the wake up super. This intentionally going missing. Going for the low. Is that going to get behind?
Oh my god, James. In the corner carry. Never mind. The super to seal it.
But we are now here at the finale of Season 1 of Series E presented by Esports Arena for Guilty Gear Strive. Oh, what a decision! It looked like Daze was trying to run away, but no! It was all a bait into a super!
Rate the scenario, that's so good.
That's it right there. UMISHO! Before we get in the grand finals, thank you to Excedrin, thank you to Vizio, thank you to Razor, thank you to Splash, thank you to Intel, and thank you to Nerf for sponsoring these 6 players. In the end, Tene, Shine, Solstice, Razzo were just so strong.
Incredible praise to Jonathan Tene. He is your Season 1 champion in Series E Guilty Gear Strive. Hell of a season from that young man. This season has been so much fun. These players have been incredible. All of these events have been such a blast to watch, and the kind of stories.
Season 1 was honestly a blast, and to give you guys a little bit of background about Esports Arena and in the fighting game scene, one of our oldest partnerships are with Level Up Gaming. That is Alex Valle and Jimmy. Alex Valle, you probably know, one of the oldest fighting game players. Got to fly to Japan and compete at Street Fighter out there. But they've been doing events with us in Santa Ana, California since we opened our doors. Wednesday Night Fights started out there. It was one of our favorite events every single Wednesday night. We'd be, I remember the first time we were doing it, I was there till like 4 o'clock in the morning just waiting for people to end. I had no idea what we signed ourselves up to. But regardless, it's been a phenomenal partnership with the both of them, as well as Wednesday Night Fights. And for those that qualified today, we have 2 new players that qualified today. They competed in Wednesday Night Fights online, and that's how they got qualified to become Series E players. So thanks and shout out to Level Up. We've got Jimmy and Alex in the studio next door with Yeso, so they're going to break down a lot of the players and chat with them as well. But that's how you can get involved with Series E and sign up and hopefully earn that chance to become a pro player through us. And we're paying you guys and all sort of stuff, but to really chase the passion and hopefully get recognized. If you think about the path to pro within esports, it's quite difficult. We've actually signed, well, we haven't signed, but those that have competed through like Apex Legends and even Guilty Gear, over 32 of these players have signed professional contracts with professional esports organizations once they've graduated from Series E. And so that's huge. This is an opportunity for you to get recognized. This is ideally potentially a stepping stone for you to earn some cash to, again, add to that resume of esports, and then ideally sign that bigger contract outside of Esports Arena and Series E to move on to that next level. It seriously fills us up so much when we see former competitors of Series E graduate and sign really great pro contracts and move up into that next level. So continue the grind, you guys, and continue to compete. And hopefully someday we'll be drafting you here at Series E and then seeing you flourish onto that next level. So speaking of signing players, this is what we do for draft day. We basically take the newest up-and-coming players that have qualified, and like I said, they qualified through Wednesday Night Fights programming, competed in Guilty Gear, and then those that won were the top 2, because we've had 4. So we have a total of 6 players at Guilty Gear Strive for Series E. 4 of the players are keeping their contract while the bottom 2 got relegated out, and we have 2 new players that we'll be signing. And keep in mind, when we did this with Apex Legends, the new teams that we signed for the next season ended up swapping that top place. So ideally, we're seeing the next best talent come into the fold here. So speaking of the next best talent, and hopefully, potentially the next top of the leaderboard person is none other than Red Ditto. That's right, our newest Series E qualifier and person who's going to be signed today to his brand is Red Ditto. So if you want to find out how he got here, that's great, because we got it for you in this awesome video of how Red Ditto qualified for Series E Guilty Gear Strive Season 2. Roll it.
Oh baby, Red Ditto has a warm place in my heart.
Introducing Red Ditto. The other fresh blood joining Series E. Ditto is carrying a ton of momentum heading towards Week 1.
Ditto's doing it right back. Oh, there's no way it's over? Just kidding. Red Ditto, one of the best in the business, showed us why it's over.
From coast to coast into the corner, it guarantees the kill.
Yo! Red Ditto will be looking to unseat Solstice as the best Ramlethal, and you won't want to miss out on what this young gun can do this season.
Hey, how's it going, Red Ditto? How we doing? Hopefully I can hear you.
I'm doing good.
Excellent. Actually, I can't hear you. Where are you calling in from today?
I'm from SoCal.
Oh, all right, nice. Why don't you just drive on over? Where are you at in SoCal?
Right now I'm in Riverside for school and stuff.
Oh, did you go to UCR?
Yeah.
Oh, nice, nice. I had a lot of friends go to UCR. Excellent. Well, welcome to the show, Red Ditto. I heard that you were very consistent all throughout Wednesday Night Fights qualifiers, and that's pretty much how you got here today. Anything call out to you while you were competing in Wednesday Night Fights, or was it just basically your goal, I'm just going to be the top every single chance I can get?
My goal was to just do my best as always, and it luckily came to that. Now that I'm here.
Who was the hardest challenger that you had to face? And were you coming to compete to hopefully get signed for Series E? Was that your end goal the entire time?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. That's really cool to hear. So who was the hardest challenge that you had to deal with in your come up?
So actually for the past 4 qualifiers, I've only lost to UMISHO, Razzo, and Tempest. And Dawn. But the first 3 are the scariest people for me.
Yeah, all of which are friends of the show or Series E competitors. So that's I think Tempest was a competitor, right? 5K face-off, that's right. Okay, he was here at the 5K face-off. But regardless, I know Razzo, I know Dawn, and I can't remember the first one you said. But regardless, it's awesome to have you on the show. If you know how we do this, we do things a little interesting here. Since we only have 2 new brands that are going to be signed, you see them on the desk right here. I've got Tyson's Chicken. Again, one of the greatest companies in the world. You've probably eaten their chicken. You've seen it on the shelves. They've been around for decades. One of the most iconic brands. And then we obviously have one of the most iconic brands within gaming and esports, none other than Razzo. I'm sure the answer is you're thrilled to have either one of them. If you were leaning red or green, what would your hope be? I hate to crush dreams, by the way, so just say both of them, actually.
I would have to choose the red one.
There it is. No way. The red one? Oh, okay. All right. Interesting. Most people typically go for the gaming brands. But regardless, Tyson Chicken, like I said, huge brand. We're so thankful to have these guys on as a sponsor. And their new product, Anytizers, which is pretty great, which we hopefully will get into a little bit. But Red Ditto, I think the time is now. And then we're going to get your reaction over with Alex and Jimmy and Yeso. So hopefully you got a lot of good things to say. But regardless, here's how we're going to do it. I need a drum roll, please, and I'm going to do it myself. Red Ditto, it is now time to find out who your new team name, or which team you're going to be a part of, is going to be. So is it going to be Razzo, or is it going to be Tyson? We kind of did this whole thing. We got the hat, we got the headset, we got the hat, we got the headset, kind of like college football. Boom! Dang it, I almost had it. Congratulations, Red Ditto. Oh. Tyson's Anytizer, Red Ditto. Congratulations, my man. You were saying you wanted to lean more red, and you got it. So how does it feel now? Tyson's Red Ditto.
It feels pretty good.
That does feel pretty good, bro. You've got a lot of Anytizers in your future, and I'll be honest, the stuff that they're making is phenomenal. It's a good source of protein, and it's incredibly fast to cook. So it's in between games, all that good stuff. Once you're beating Jonathan Tene, once you're taking out Razzo, once you're taking out Dawn, in between sets, go microwave up or put in the oven some Anytizers, my man. Congratulations, Red Ditto, the newest and first ever Tyson's Anytizer player. It's got to feel pretty good. It does feel good. All right, I can see in your face you are ecstatic. Anyway, what, you got finals going on right now or something?
It's coming soon.
Oh man, well you got a lot of work to do. You got to play some Guilty Gear, not let those finals get in the way. Final schminals. It's all about Series E now. All right, congratulations, Red Ditto. We got the folks at the door or at the wall next door. They're going to talk to you a little bit more about your game because they know a lot more about your game and you than I do. So congratulations, welcome aboard, and we'll talk to you soon, Red Ditto. Thanks so much.
All right, thank you.
All right, very excited to welcome Red Ditto here into Studio Blue with us. My name's Yeso. I've got Alex and Jimmy, a couple of faces and names that you will know very well. First of all, right off the top, Red Ditto, congratulations. You said you were leaning red. You've got the red sweatshirt on. You got the red on the headset. You got a hat maybe coming here to match. How are you feeling right now as you kind of start this Series E journey?
I'm just glad to be here. I'm really excited to rock this brand and get on with the competition.
I'm curious, what excites you the most about this opportunity to compete in Series E?
To play all the strong level players that are on board here. I just really want to get better and improve over time.
You're certainly going to have plenty of stiff competition here every single week, so that's certainly an incredible opportunity. I know you know all about that, Alex.
Oh yeah. And first and foremost, Red Ditto, congratulations. This is actually I've been running your brackets. I've been streaming your matches. Thank you for entering Wednesday Night Fights and Esports Arena Series E. Really do appreciate it. I've heard much about you and a lot of other events. So coming to Wednesday Night Fights and showing us how well you progress has been really great for the players. Only leveling up. I actually do have a question. Why Guilty Gear Strive? What brought you to play Guilty Gear Strive?
So before I played Dragon Ball for fun. I didn't try to reach a high level or anything. And then I was watching Sajam, and he was a big Plus R player at the time during COVID.
Yeah.
And then I saw the advertisements for Strive, and I was like, this looks really fun. So I played it on release, and ever since I've fallen in love with the game.
Oh, very nice, very nice. Yeah, shout outs to Sajam, really awesome community member for the fighting game community, bringing new players in. We're all doing our part. Cool fun fact about Sajam, he actually got his start commentating at our events, like either at Wednesday Night Fights or the Run Back when we had Killer Instinct at the time over there. He was a really big Killer Instinct fan, and the NRS games. So it's cool to see him still bring out future legends to the game. I'll take it to my man Jimmy. Jimmy, you have any questions?
Yeah, you mentioned you started with Dragon Ball, but I want to hear more about your history in the fighting game community. Can you talk about more of that story? Because we all want to know. I mean, you're SoCal, and both of us are SoCal boys, so we want to hear that story of how you got started in the FGC.
So first I was in middle school. I got into Smash, because I was playing with friends and stuff, and I started watching their pro scene. And then I slowly lost interest, which is unfortunate. I still like to watch it, but then I found Dragon Ball because I liked Dragon Ball at the time as well, and I started playing that. And then I started trying more other fighting games, and I started snowballing to more and more. And now I love this genre a lot.
Nice. So we see a lot of conversion from Smash to other fighting games. So talk about your journey there. How did you find that transition going from a Smash game to more traditional one-on-one fighting games?
So when Smash brackets were happening at the same tournaments like Evo and other big ones, there would be Smash alongside other main fighting games. And while waiting for Smash, I would watch other fighting games, and I was like, this looks really cool. So I started like getting more interested in it, like at a surface level, because I never tried to play it. But like watching them has always been really fun to me.
Nice. It's good. Nice to hear.
I'm really curious, one of the main things that you talked about your goals here really is, that improvement, right? You're really trying to build on what you've done so far, try to improve and grow as a player. But I am curious, we have a pretty incredible amount of character diversity in terms of the players that have been not only Series E pros, but across all the players that come and compete in Series E. But we have a bit of a mirror here. You're coming in, you're a RAM player. Solstice, of course, finished third last season, had a huge performance in the second half of the season. So I'm curious, do you kind of have your eyes on Solstice a little bit coming into the season? Do you feel maybe a little bit of pressure to try and maybe establish yourself as like the RAM player in Series E?
No, I don't feel that way, because when I see other RAM players, I'm always looking at what they're doing and why they're doing stuff, so I can take it into myself. So but like Solstice is very strong RAM, but I don't feel pressure to make myself feel better than you other RAM or at all.
Okay, I'm excited to see y'all match up. I think the mirrors can certainly be interesting. I know there's maybe a lot of people in the community that aren't as excited about like Ramathon mirrors in the bracket. We'll have to see how those play out. But Red Ditto, again, from all of us here, congratulations. We're so excited to have you on board for the season. I know it's going to be a lot of fun, and we're definitely looking forward to seeing you compete every single week. So we appreciate you, again, coming out, competing in Wednesday night fights, being a part of the FGC, especially here in SoCal. That's certainly near and dear to all of our hearts. And we wish you the best of luck, and we'll see you very soon on those Thursday night brackets, all right?
All right, thank you.
All right, folks, that was Red Ditto, our first new player joining Series E this season. We've got plenty more to cover here today. Let's head back over to Tyler.
Excellent, excellent. Thanks, Yeso. Thanks, Alex. Thanks, Jimmy. So this is the show, folks. This is how we're going to do things here. We like to highlight the players a lot. So please, if you know where these players are at, follow them on social media. Give them some love, because they've now just joined the Series E crew and hopefully taking that first, second, or third step into esports and becoming that journey to pro, which is fantastic. So congratulations again to Red Ditto, the first ever Tyson's Anytizer player that we have signed. And Tyson's Anytizers, you guys, again, look them up. Walmart.com/esports arena. They're phenomenal. They're quick. There's good source of protein, and they got loads of flavor to them. If you need something in between sets, you need something in between games, it's so fast, and they're pretty dang good. So I would highly recommend, obviously, purchasing those and eating those, because they're always in need of those snacks, man, every single time you're gaming. So thanks to Justin Taylor and Jordan Fisher over at Tyson. You guys have been phenomenal working with you and supporting us. Again, Tyson's one of the oldest food brands in the industry, one of the best food brands in the industry, supporting Series E and Esports Arena. Very cool to see. So thanks so much. So we got a little special thanks, or we got a little special video from Tyson's, and then we'll come right back, and then we'll talk to our latest player. See you soon.
Tyson boneless buffalo bites have that tasty kick of flavor, so they're perfect for any get-together. If there are any left when your guests arrive. Tyson Anytizers Chicken. More kicks of flavor, more smiling snackers, more to love. Tyson.
All right, see, that was quick. I didn't go anywhere. No, hardly any break whatsoever. But that's all right, because we're going to roll through this show. We've got players waiting to talk to us. And speaking of players that are waiting to talk to us, we've got none other than Nerf Shine on the ready to give him a shout and talk with him a little bit and kind of understand his journey that he had through Season 1 of Series E Guilty Gear Strive. But let's find out a little bit of how he actually played. We've got his highlight reel coming up next, so let's play that, and then we've got Nerf Shine right around the corner.
Round, it seems.
Oh, it's almost over.
Oh!
Welcome back, Shine. Shine will come in with a fresh character and some extra hunger after just missing out on that Series E title.
Shine gonna be able to close it out. What a fantastic grand finals.
Back Megafist, the classic baits the burst. Are you dead? Chilling up there in the sky. Get out of here.
Watch for this member of Team Nerf, as Shine will surely bring the heat in Season 2 of Series E Guilty Gear Strive.
Nerf Shine, how we doing?
How's it going? I'm doing fine.
Good, man. Good. I'm doing good as well. Where are you calling from again today?
Oh, I'm calling from my actual room, not the other situation I had during season 1 behind the McDonald's. But we're done with that. We're in my room.
You're done with that. That's right. If you guys saw earlier in the show, we showed a season 1 recap. Shine and Razzo hanging out. And was it a McDonald's parking lot?
Yeah, it was behind the McDonald's because it was the only place that was like kind of quiet, and it was like in front of a dumpster. We didn't show that part, but
no, we all figured it was a dumpster right behind you guys, but no, I'm just messing. And then you guys are like off the side of the highway on your way to CEO, no, right?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we were a bit late for CEO. That's why we had to take a detour.
Oh man,
find
that's
some
hilarious.
Wi-Fi. Yeah,
It was
whole situation.
Well, glad to have you in your own environment rather than the trash can at McDonald's. But nonetheless, you still made it for the draft day the first time. And then you also made top 8 at CEO that trip too. So you must have been on a massive high of signing to Nerf and signing for Series E and then competing as well as you did at CEO then.
Yeah, that was a very exciting week. It felt like it was so strange, but it was also like super exciting as well. So,
Dude.
I mean, for me, it was good. Yeah.
That sounds awesome. That's awesome. We appreciate you being here again. And season 1, what'd you think? Did you have a good time?
Oh yeah. It's kind of weird because I've never been in a situation where I had to play so many good players week after week after week. So it was for me very exciting, but also like a really good learning experience for me because just being able to play such high caliber players was made me learn a lot.
Dude, I love to hear that. I really love to hear that because we do this with Apex Legends, we do this with Halo, and we do this with Guilty Gear Strive. And it's one of those things that you really haven't, it's really difficult to become a professional gamer if you're just going to play online. You don't necessarily know who you're matching up against. Sure, there's a ranked system and all that sort of stuff, but you can lag out. You don't necessarily know the type of internet you're competing with other people. There's a lot of cheaters that happen online as well. But with a controlled environment like Series E, you are getting that top tier competitive experience every single night. And there's usually something on the line with prize pools that happen and earning that trophy that we've got for, unfortunately, not you, but season 2 around the corner. So
yeah,
you got it.
We're working on it. We're working on it.
Is that who you gunning for in season 2? Who's the one that basically took you out too many times? And you're just like, not anymore. I'm adjusting my game.
Oh man, I'm so tired of listening to Jonathan. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm gonna try to get better at that matchup. Well, that's definitely who I'm gunning for right now.
I definitely think Jonathan's got a target on his back. If you just saw, he won Jeopardy as well. The guy is just the guy can't stop winning. So we got to take him down. I like it, Nerf Shine. I feel like you're going to be the one to take him out for sure. So excellent. Well, it's been good to recap with you. We got the guys that know a bit more about your game, might have more specific questions for you at the neighboring studio. So I'm going to throw to them. But welcome back, and we're looking forward to seeing you again in season 2. Take care, Shine.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
It's great to have Shine joining us, and I love that we got the little throwback to the season 1 draft day. We certainly appreciate you and Razzo taking the time. You're making a trip out to CEO. It's this huge event. It's one of the biggest first big lands out after COVID, and we certainly appreciated you guys taking the time to come and talk with us then, and we certainly appreciate the same for you here today. I want to start right off the top with kind of a question I really have for all of the returning players here, and you hit on it with kind of your the learning experience you had playing against all this top tier talent every single week. And so really for me is, what was the biggest takeaway for you from competing in Series E last season?
I think my biggest takeaway was I felt like there was a few inconsistencies in the way I play, specifically with grapplers and stuff like that. And it showed a lot, especially when I played against Jonathan. I think Jonathan made me like a way better player before and after. So I think for season 2, like that's what I'm gonna try to fix. Also, I'm probably gonna play a different character, so that's also a thing I'm gonna try to do. But yeah, I think like trying to fix those inconsistencies and hopefully be able to get like first for this season.
Yeah. So my man, Shine Pot, yo, dude. I look. I was telling people like, grapplers, you're do or die, man. And we have in Street Fighter world, I gave this advice to one of our players named Stupendous, plays Zangief. Really great Zangief player, SoCal, but we have like 2 of the best Dawson players in the planet, you know, and like
I have no idea how you can play game.
Yeah, so like the thing is like I tell them you have too much talent to only play one character, and I know that you're dabbling with Geo, but I'm just gonna give this advice to you. I think your talents supersede like that character select screen. Like you can like we're at a time now where season 1 was a trial. You go there with your main, you saw trial and error, that you saw the hardships, dabbling and testing the water a little bit. But now like the target, everybody knows what you're capable of. Knowing the matchup is only half the battle. If you play many more characters, and I know that you can, I know many players can, that's going to help you this season. And that's just my advice to you versus a question, my man, because I think you're just ridiculous with that. How many layers of steps you know when you're fighting somebody with Potemkin? Imagine adding that to any other character on the screen. I know you like them, but that's just my suggestion.
Yeah. I'm thinking about that too. So season 2, depending on what happens with Strive, we'll see what happens. But I do want to play a new character and just see the experience of like trying a new character, something out of my comfort zone, you know, and see where it goes from there.
Right on, my man.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm a grappler guy myself. I love grapplers, but having that back pocket character that you can always pull out, I'm looking forward to see what surprises you have, right? Especially with the patch coming out soon. And can you talk about some of the weaknesses you saw with Potemkin, and then what are you looking for in the new patch if it does help boost your character in any way?
So I think like one of the main weaknesses for Potemkin is basically his neutral is not good enough to a point where when you get in, it's very rare when you get in versus the very, very good characters. And once you get in, the reward isn't as strong as other characters. I definitely see that when I play Geo, where Geo is just very flexible in what she can do, and she could do basically the same amount of damage without like the risk of like trying to go for a grab or trying to go for a hard read or something like that. I think was very, especially for a lot of characters where if I make a mistake, then I lose basically half my life, or you know, something really horrible can happen. I think that's one of the main weaknesses for Pot, and why I want to transition to Geo.
Gotcha. Now, one piece of advice that Alex and I also tell players is get a third character ready too, because you never know when you might have to mirror match or counter pick or whatever. Because mirror matches are in itself fun, but then the counter pick is always adds to the drama, and you have that surprise element going into matchups. So learn a third character as well if you could.
Yeah, I'm still learning the second character. I have to just think about it like that. But if it comes to a time where I need a third one, I think I'll be able to make that stretch.
Sounds good.
So I'm curious, Shine, you touched a little bit out on that character swap, picking up the Geo. Combo Breaker coming up this weekend. Of course, EVO this summer, the Series E season here only a couple of weeks away. How has that transition been going? How comfortable are you feeling on the Geo right now? Kind of where are you at in that process?
I would say not that good. Right now, I'm just hoping to get out of pulls, really. I might be able to just play Pot and Geo. I'll have to see when I'm there, because it's the first time I've ever had to like actually play a different character, basically, or archetype, right? So right now, I'm just gonna try and see how good I can do and work my way from there, basically.
Are you just in like Daze's DMs every week? Or are you just like watching his VODs, or?
I did ask something with Daze a few times on DMs, and he's helped me a lot. So there's with a new character, there's always so much to learn. So I'm just really happy that I can learn another character, basically.
Hey, you use whatever resources available, try and absorb all that information. I'm certainly looking forward to it. I'm personally a very big Geo fan, so when I saw you announce that you were looking for the swap, I like the Potemkin, but I was really excited about that. So I'm looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to getting to see you compete again. Going back to last draft day, you were my prediction to win the season, and you were right there, right? You had a really strong performance, and I'm excited to see what you could do this time around. Of course, things will be a little different with the characters, but I still anticipate we're going to get the same strong Shine performance this time around, and I'm looking forward to it. So I certainly appreciate you taking the time today, and best of luck this season, my friend.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you so much.
All right, folks, that was Shine there representing Nerf. We'll be competing once again here in Season 2, and we're looking forward to seeing plenty more from that gentleman all throughout. We're going to head back over to Tyler real fast, and then we've got plenty more players to talk to.
That's right. That's right. Thanks so much, Shine. I was reminded of a Collective Soul song called Shine, and I was singing it the whole time. I'm not going to sing it right now. I know that's probably what they want me to do, but I'm not going to. And then everyone outside when I left the studio after the rehearsal was playing Collective Soul Shine. And if I did sing it, it would sound so much like the real version of the song that we'd probably get DMCA'd, because I am that good of a musician and that good of a singer. So, sorry, but I don't know. Maybe if we get, what if we get like, what is it, like 10 subs? Then I'll sing. Hey? That's not a bad idea. Sub goal. We'll throw it up. Tyler sings Shine from Collective Soul. Watch, we get 10 instantly. I'm just going to up it to 20. Let's call it 12. 12 and a half subs is what we'll do, and I will start singing Shine. But even then, I probably won't do it. So, who knows. But anyway, thanks so much to the entire Nerf team. Guys, Nerf is seriously one of the coolest brands to represent Esports Arena and Series E. Nerf blasters, they're phenomenal. They're a ton of fun, like their Rival Series. If you guys haven't messed around with the Rival Series, I don't care how old you are. If you have kids, obviously get them for your kids and whatnot, but just use that as the excuse so that you could actually play with these yourself. They are hilarious. They're so much fun. They're so fast. The technology behind these blasters is just getting better and better and better. And they team up with a lot of games, different types of games like Halo and Fortnite, and choose those different types of blasters. So if you yourself are into it, you have kids that are into it, go to walmart.com/esports arena. And guys, support us to support the brands which support you. So if you need to buy any of this sort of stuff, please go to walmart.com/esports arena. It's phenomenal, and our brands love it. We love it, and you guys will love it too, because the brands keep coming back. So that's awesome. So thanks again to the entire Nerf team that we work with out there. They've been phenomenal brands, and they are coming back for the following seasons after this, which is fantastic to hear. So thanks again, everyone. And then with that, we got a Nerf little fun little video that the team made where we had a blast out on the beach. We live in Southern California, or the beach or park. I don't remember what it was, but anyway, it's a hilarious video. You guys should watch it. So we're going to play it. Go for it.
For nothing, baby. Let's get in there.
Can you guys believe they get paid to do that? That is hilarious. That's right. Here at Esports Arena, we like to have a good time, whether it's at any of our Walmart locations. First of all, shout out if you guys are tuning in. Any one of our locations, or 18 locations across the country. How's it going? Again, if you missed the pre-show, we've got Esports Arenas all throughout the country, inside Walmart stores. It's fantastic, and if you want to see more about that, go to our website and all of our locations. Hopefully there's one near you, or soon to be one near you. We are Draft Day Guilty Gear Strive Season 2. We've got another player we're signing. We've got more players to get their thoughts on Season 1 and their thoughts on Season 2. We just heard Nerf Shine talk about him switching his main. Did I hear Alex Wright saying don't do that? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes for Season 2 with Nerf Shine. Should be a good time. But regardless, we are moving on. We now have none other than Excedrin Solstice. Solstice came on board. Every single one of these players has been so fun to talk to. They've been phenomenal supporters of Series E. They all love competing for this. And to be honest, it's been a ton of fun to watch these guys compete. Solstice had one of the most consistent seasons that we've seen. Well, It's only been one season, but he's been so consistent this entire time. Hopefully we can see him, I was going to say shine a little more this season, but I can't say that because we have a player called Shine. But hopefully we see Solstice break the consistency and move up the leaderboard, which would be fantastic. Regardless, Excedrin Solstice, let's find out and see his highlights from Season 1 Guilty Gear Strive.
Favorite sons in the Guilty Gear community. Let's see how they shine today.
Solstice!
Welcome back, Solstice. Back for Team Excedrin this season after a nail-biting finish.
And so Solstice has really shown a lot of growth.
Should be enough. The red RC, corner carry, wall splay, the super. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He's got the PRC, the fadeaway play.
Solstice will continue to give his opponents headaches this season, so watch out for Solstice to come out swinging into Season 2.
Solstice, how we doing?
Doing good, thank you.
Yeah, you bet, man. It sounds like you're in like a tunnel vortex over there, but it's probably okay. No, don't worry about it. Just, it sounds great. How's it been repping Excedrin? Have you had many headaches lately? And if you have, how fast have they been going away because you've been popping Excedrin?
Everything's been great. I've loved it. No headaches for me, luckily. Excedrin has been doing their job for me, keeping away before they even come.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, their slogan, game over for headaches, because what they do is you actually could go to walmart.com/esports arena, and they've got this whole plan to not get headaches while playing too many video games. It's pretty interesting. A company that helps you get away from headaches doesn't want you to get headaches. So I like that. They're all about let's not get headaches, and their slogan, game over for headaches. But your favorite moments of Season 1, what do we got? What's been the best time for you from Season 1?
Oh, that's hard to pick. I don't know. There were so many great weeks playing with almost everyone in there. I specifically remember I fought Shine a lot in a lot of really close sets early on, and those were super motivating for me. But all in all, hard to pick a favorite. Everything was fantastic.
That's cool. That's really cool. And where are you calling from today?
I'm at my house back in Tennessee.
Tennessee? Oh, wait a minute.
Mm-hmm.
What part of Tennessee? I think I remember this.
I'm in Franklin.
Franklin. Okay, so we almost put a location in Franklin, Tennessee. So you know where Hendersonville is?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we have one of our stores or esports arenas inside Walmart in Hendersonville, and there was a store in Franklin as well. So I've been to Franklin, Tennessee, toured the Walmart there. It was a good Walmart. Ended up going with the one in Hendersonville for the newest esports arena that was opening up over there. But Franklin, beautiful place. I love Tennessee. Tennessee, first of all, especially the areas around Nashville, phenomenal. Do you ever get out to Nashville at all?
Oh yeah, it's not too far from my house. Got a lot of friends over there. Meet up all the time.
Man. Oh, we lost you, dude. No, still don't have you. It's all right. It's all right. You could try to figure. I think it's picking up a different mic from you, maybe the webcam mic. And so if it's not the headset mic, that could be the issue. It's all right. Happens to us a lot. We do understand this. But anyway, Excedrin Solstice, you guys, here, you could just shout anytime you want, and I could catch you if you think you figured it out. Right, production? It's on his end? Okay. All good. I guess I'll fill. Nothing yet, Solstice. It's all good. Here, let's take him off the screen real quick. I'll talk a little bit more about Excedrin, and then once he's ready, once you guys get levels from him, then we can move him over to Jimmy Valle and Yeso to talk a bit more about his game. It's been exciting for me to watch these players grow. He mentioned some of his favorite moments were playing in Shine. I do believe Solstice has been competing very well outside of Series E as well. I think he's been competing well in other tournaments. So Series E is that opportunity for you to get consistent play, consistent tournament play from other players that are also very good at the game. I think Shine just mentioned the same thing, which is basically having that competition every single night of the week. So Red Ditto joining the scene, and soon to be UMISHO joining the scene. So you have two new faces that will be joining Series E this season. And if you are a previous competitor coming back, now you have new blood. You have new people that you haven't really played against that often. And so how do you manage that, which is really great for Series E and for you as a competitor anyway, because you're always getting new competition all the time. If you do want to compete for Series E, Wednesday Night Fights is open sign up. So please go to, I think is it Level Up? Regardless, esportsarena.com, you can click on our events and tournaments, and there's a way to sign up through that as well. But Wednesday Night Fights is basically open format. Thursday is where we have our Series E competitors competing against the best in the world, the likes of Hotashi, as well as Apology Man competes as well. So we've got a lot of these folks that come in and compete that our players will compete against them. And it's usually some of the best, I think it is actually the best players in the world with Guilty Gear. So you get that type of competition here every Thursday night when Series E competes. I believe the show starts at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And we basically go live. It lasts the whole night. You guys get to watch these guys compete. Our staff loves it. We love watching it. It's also it's an incredible opportunity for these guys to get recognized and ideally grow the game of Guilty Gear and grow the scene of Guilty Gear Strive. That's our goal. And of course with Series E. So we're waiting for Excedrin Solstice to come back. His mic did seem to cut out. I think you guys kind of caught that too. We were getting a different microphone from him. And then we're going to go to the boys next door. They're going to have a better interview with him as well. You know what? Why don't we go this, guys? Why don't we go to the 5K face-off video while we figure out his mic? So if you guys didn't quite catch our fight, we have a 5K championship event that happened at the end of season 1. So it was a $5,000. We flew out the best players to come out. We flew out Series E players to come out, and we had our first ever LAN event that happened here at Esports Arena, our new headquarters. So we had our humble beginnings, as I mentioned before, up in Santa Ana, California. We're now here in Irvine, California. And due to the pandemic, we really haven't been doing in-person events for obvious reasons until now. So we held our first ever Esports Arena LAN event, and it was with Guilty Gear Strive, and it was called the 5K Face-Off. Here's a quick recap of that event.
Welcome to the Series E 5K Face-Off featuring Guilty Gear Strive.
Presented by Esports Arena, Series E, we got all kinds of elite players here today.
5K face-off featuring Guilty Gear Strive. Lots of money on the line. Raz definitely sending Razzo no for it. Wow! Single hit confirmed off of the overhead right into the super.
He is like the legend he is. Good looking out once again, bro. Oh, and like the clown he is.
Here now, Solstice inching away out of the corner here, but ride the lightning. I think you're close enough to the, oh, the super! Oh, no, wait, does that hit? Absolutely, it does. Up and over.
Not like this.
Thank you once again, Ace So and Jake. Always hold on.
Oh! Say something now.
So I want to jump back to the match that we just saw.
10A with the wake-up 2Ps are going to catch the backdash. Here comes the sword. Now you see Daze holding it this time. Ah, the mix-up finally came through again.
Thanks so much for coming out. Hope you enjoyed the show. You only got a lot more great Guilty Gear for you here tomorrow.
We are live here in Esports Arena HQ in Irvine, California. Day 1 is in the books. It will all be on the line today. Our top 8 is set, fighting for a share of $5,000. Let's kick off top 8 right now.
He can afford to put the Sade back on or something. Gives Solstice to have any mirror to play defense, and then just cancels the stance and kill off. Yeah, but the throw is gonna not do it, but the OTG will.
Anyway, it's Razzo. Razzo is, who is Razzo?
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Oh, and after all that, Razzo gets the big decision in the end, jumps out of the throw attempt, and takes the dub.
Hey, he said.
Closes it out with the stun, and the man, the OG, the Guilty Gear legend himself, takes the $5,000 face-off and takes the crown.
Over Stealthy's team making stacking up all these phenomenal W's.
And yesterday, Flash said in the Players Lounge, he said, everybody here knows they're not better than me. And he proved it today. Phenomenal performance from Flash.
Flash, clearly, you took the victory in a demanding fashion.
I definitely did not expect to win.
You want money match for 2K?
Nah, I don't know. You crazy.
Your Series
E 5K face-off champion here, Flash, with a hell of a run today.
That's
This
you.
tournament was so
You did it.
incredible.
See y'all at Evo. I'm looking forward to that.
Excellent. All right, Excedrin Solstice, you are back. It looks like you have a new headset on.
I do. Yep. The old one seems to have died on me right there.
There you go. There you go. It's probably not a Razor. That's probably the reason why. You need to get that.
This one.
That
Hey, this
one
one
is.
is.
And you sound crispy. Let me tell you.
Fantastic.
Absolutely crispy. So congrats on Season 1. We just went to the 5K face-off and how great that one was. I did want to mention, though, that they're only giving out 2 awards today. And one of the awards is for being the champion, right? But then we also have another award. And guess what? You're the guy who won the award. It's a no cash prize. It is a no hardware award, but we wanted to call you out for something special regardless. So I'm going to have this video play which award it is, so stay tuned. And then the boys over in the next studio, they'll talk to you and then we'll have a little bit of a reaction from you. So good to see you again, Excedrin Solstice, and glad to have you back. Good luck in Season 2. All right, roll it.
Oh, good, nice challenge, But he's got a lot of life to make up for. That's going to be a good start.
Yeah, so looking for that bar slash to hit. Bar the bottom, he's going to use a PRC. PRC right back at balls of fireball, close slash burst. The fuzzy guard! Oh, the fuzzy, that was so nasty. That was so sick.
All that life gone. Again, Superman has not done any damage yet. And he's been trapped into the corner. Here we go.
It's a wrap. It's a wrap, James. The super again.
All right, we have Solstice joining us here. Of course, competitor in Season 1, finished 3rd place overall at the end of the season, and of course taking home Most Improved Player for Season 1. And I do want to talk just a little bit about that award, because I was a part of the conversation around giving out that award. And specifically, I think, Solstice, for you, of course, I think you were excellent in the second half of the season. I think you finished incredibly strong. And really, it was just, you came in with some really good expectations, stumbled a little bit at the start, but it really felt like from week 1 to week 16, we got to watch really an incredible trajectory and growth from you throughout the season. And that was, for me, why I was like, yeah, Excedrin, 100% Most Improved Player, because we really saw this great journey from you over the entire season of Series E. How was that for you?
Thank you. It was super fantastic for me. Like you said, I was not doing too great at the beginning. I could feel it that I was a bit below everyone else at the start, it felt like. But as it went, I don't know, getting all these fantastic games every week with all these fantastic players did so much for helping. And I don't know, I feel so much closer to where I want to be now. It's a really great feeling.
Well, it really felt like at the end of the season, you belonged very much with all of those players, with the Razzo, Shines, Jonathan, Totachis, all of these guys. It was like, yeah, Solstice is going to throw down with all of these players every single week. And it felt like in the second half of the season, it felt like you were almost guaranteed top 4 every week. Like I almost felt like every week I was coming over, I'm like, all right, where's Solstice on the winner's post? Like, got to be somewhere in there. And you were crushing it on Wednesday nights as well. So it was awesome to watch that growth from you all season. And I'm looking forward to seeing now what you can do here in Season 2. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, and the biggest takeaway from your performance is that you were the most consistent player. Now, it's not say like you won all the events, but this is how we saw it. So in Wednesday night fights, they're pretty much you were guaranteed like top 3. You either won one or your like lowest placement is like 4 or something. But that's still ridiculous. And then in the Series E competition, you still maintained that era. You didn't win one like a consistent win there, but knowing the level of competition to even stay consistent, because you saw people, they place well, and then it's just a roller coaster. And you'll never see them in top 8 sometimes, And but all you needed to do was stay at that level, win a couple, and that's hard. That's hard as trying to win one of them. It's equally as hard. So I was telling my man right here, I was like, hey, what is it gonna take for Solstice to turn on that switch to consistently win now? Because I think, like I tell players this often too, you could be solid and you can be that consistent top 8 placer. But what is it gonna take for you to like just get that little oomph so you now can be the consistent champion? Like I'm sure, you know, as a competitor, you see like it's like I'm always there, but why can't I get to that spot? Like what hurdles have you seen from you not getting to that position that you wanted to be in?
Plenty of hurdles all the time. This is the first game I've gotten to get really competitive in, so I felt them all come hard and fast playing everyone here. In particular, I hit in this game, there was a really strong moment early on when I realized, oh, I have absolutely no idea how I'm supposed to go about conditioning another player. And it became really obvious early on how to deal with that mental aspect of fighting another person as opposed to another character. And I've made great progress in that, I think, and can only go further from here.
Yeah, that's great. I was actually talking about like Shine, and I was telling him like, you know, figuring out the character matchup, because you know everybody posts these tier lists. I'm like, that's cute and all.
Ramlethal's at the top of the wall.
That's cute and all, but see, when I practiced back in the day, like I went for the player. I went for the jugular, because what that told me was like, hey, look, I can see this player's tendencies, what they like, what they dislike, and let me try a different character. I'm not saying you can pick another character. I think you're doing fine with the character you are. I mean, by all means, but I would pick apart at the player, like study the player more so this season and then you'll start to look at character tier lists and stuff. It's like, okay, that's fine. I can see where my character still lies, sort of around here, but you'll be able to adapt much quicker. Like you'll see what you're up against. You'll see when to change your tempo, either to be more aggressive in the beginning or not. With the common buttons that they use in the beginning, like it's gonna take a while, but I'm actually rooting for you this season. Actually, I think you're right there. Like it's your time.
Thank you.
Yeah, I want to dive deeper into the psychology part of it. You know, as a recent on social media, there has been a misconception that fighting games are hard, and then it's, you know, whoever plays it is like a pro already. But I want to talk about when that moment clicked for you, when that aha moment hit you and said, I can be better now. Because, you know, that steep learning curve, supposedly steep learning curve, is there. So can you kind of share with the audience who is striving to be good at fighting games, how you hit that moment and what was that aha moment for you?
For me, the biggest aha moment by far, it was about the second month after this game came out. I was playing in a tournament almost every day, and I fought a Seoul player named Dinde in grand finals for about 4 weeks straight. And he beat me so bad every week. And it put it into perspective for me. It's like I felt like I was doing well, but I had so much further to go. My motivation absolutely skyrocketed, and that was really when I started deep diving into the game, I think. It felt really fantastic to have that level of competition around me. Playing everyone and losing all this time was just a great catalyst for growth and not so much a stop to my progress like it may feel.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, that's something I tell a lot of people behind the scenes is learning how to take the L, right? Whether that's in games and life, whatever, learning how to take that L and bounce back is super important. So thank you for sharing that, because not a lot of people know how to take the L. That's why you see a lot of salty responses on Twitter and social media that you don't want to hear about. You know, it's like, come on, guys, just learn, take the L, and move forward and improve. So it's nice to see that you have taken that personally and embodied how to take the L. So great job.
I want to go back just for my final question to something you talked about, where you're talking about learning to play against that other player. And of course, this is similar to kind of what Alex is talking about, where he was someone who was trying to kind of get in the head of his opponents. We had a very interesting example of that kind of dynamic at the 5K Face-Off just a few weeks ago. Flash, very intense player, a legend of the scene. You two matched up a few times at the tournament. things got a little intense, but it really felt like, for me, when I watched that and when I specifically talked to Flash about it later on the day, that it was a really good learning experience for you. And then you talk about learning to play against that other player. Was that a good learning experience for you, and what did you kind of take away from that interaction at the event?
You're spot on when you said it was a great learning experience for me, because I could feel it too. I've watched those sets back with Flash a few times now, and I could feel it. Because if you don't know that matchup, Rem versus Kai, like if you're just talking about the characters, Rem should win that matchup pretty convincingly. But you go back and watch, and you could see that Flash, he had my number for so much of that. It really helped me figure out, like, oh, I would always wait here, I would always swing here, and it left me really open to him just running up and throwing me, because I don't know, my rhythm was predictable. It's helped a lot.
Yeah, I was going to add on to that. Remember, the player matchup is so vital. There's so many times I'm gonna be completely blunt with you. There are so many tournaments I went to. I was not in shape. I just went in because of the name and stuff, right? And I was seeing like the new tech that was coming out with the newer games, like CVS2 at the time. People were getting better at roll canceling, whatever. And I just relied on my reaction and my, right? But once I played them, and I may not even know the matchup, like I just had to give them the confidence there, and like I'm gonna do what I can. I was talking to Flash, and Flash is an OG player too. We play in the same school, and he always exudes that confidence. He knows like the characters. Like Ram, like he hates fighting Ram, and because he knows that that character is a problem. Like Happy Chaos is a problem. Yeah, he voices it out, but he needs to voice that out so he can try to figure you out personally. Because the matchup, like, it's the matchup. But that's honestly, if you're knowing this stuff this early, it just takes years for a lot of players to learn. If you're knowing this stuff now, you're only gonna get better with it. So good luck this season.
Right. Thank you.
I'm excited. Thank you so much, Solstice, for coming and joining us here today. Again, it was a pleasure to get to watch you all throughout the season, and especially to get to sit down with you and see you compete here at the 5K Face-Off. Very much looking forward to what we get to see from you this season. So again, thanks so much for joining us, and best of luck this time around.
Thank you.
All right, folks, that was Solstice representing Excedrin in Series E. We've got halfway done here in Draft Day. 3 more to go and another player to sign, so let's head back over to Tyler to keep Draft Day rolling.
All right, thanks you guys. What a great interview. Excedrin Solstice, it is game over for Headaches, that's for sure. Excedrin, a massive brand supporting Esports Arena and Series E, getting involved in the gaming scene for sure. They realize gamers, of course, you play too much video games, you're staring at the screen for too long, all of a sudden you realize, holy smokes, I've been gaming for 8.5 hours and now my head starts to hurt a little bit. They've got some certain things that you could do to mitigate the headaches, but also if you do get those headaches, Excedrin literally is the best in the game to take care of that problem for you. So thanks so much to the folks at GSK. We appreciate all you guys out there for your continued support. Hope you had a great time in Tulsa, Oklahoma with none other than Luke, Brew, and Pearson. It's been great having you guys on board and supporting us. And we love the folks at GSK and especially over at Excedrin. Thank you guys again so much. If you are in need of, if you need a refill of that pain reliever pill, go to walmart.com/esports arena and you can purchase all that Excedrin gear there. And it does support us, which supports, again, back to the players. So thank you all so much for tuning in. Draft Day, Guilty Gear Strive Season 2 is underway, and we've got a new player to sign right after this message from Excedrin. Thanks so much, everyone. Be right back.
I'm fading.
One bad headache can crash your entire game.
Excedrin relieves headaches fast.
Excedrin, game over for headaches.
All right, 15 seconds. That was a quick one. Can we do a little longer commercials next time and support the brands a little bit more? No, that's all right. That's all right, because we've had a pretty long break with those guys over there, and it is now time to sign our latest and greatest player. That's right. This person won 7 straight in a row Wednesday night fights to qualify for Series E. Do we have a potential new champion in our hands for Season 2? Can Jonathan Tanay face up against this kid? And none other than UMISHO is the newest player that...
You're not coming.
Introducing UMISHO. UMISHO is no stranger to this competition. The Happy Chaos player that has taken the Guilty Gear competitive scene by storm is now joining Series E.
Takes it 3-0 over stealth. Damn. Put it there. Off the low. Does one touch it? Umi! No.
Coming onto the scene with a huge splash, don't take your eye off the next big thing in Series E.
UMISHO, how are we doing?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing excellent. I'm doing excellent. I got to know the origin of the name. Where did UMISHO come from?
Honestly, I think I'm going to keep that one a secret.
No!
It would probably take longer to explain than we have time for here.
Well, we got a lot of time, but you know what? There's a cocktail waiting for me after the show, so I will hold you to that, and I'd rather get to that. But I do one day want to hear where UMISHO came. Give me a hint. Just give me one little hint of where it came from.
I'll just say that the inspiration is from a game I played like a few years back.
There we go. I'll leave it at that. We'll let chat decide and see what they think where the name UMISHO comes from. Did I say that right? 7 straight Wednesday night fights victories that you had?
Yes, 7 in a row that I entered. There was 1 week that I didn't enter, but the 7 that I did enter in a row, I did win.
Wow. This is just, did it just come natural, or are you just, was it a bit of a grind?
It was Happy Chaos. It was Happy Chaos.
What does that mean, Happy Chaos?
The character.
Oh, happy! Oh, geez. Oh, see, that's why I don't do these questions. That's why the guys next door over there, they do all those types of questions, and now I just caught red-handed, or red-faced rather. Okay, so it was Happy Chaos, the character. So you were carried by your character, pretty much, is what you're saying.
Exactly. Now you get it.
Well, then why doesn't everyone just play Happy Chaos?
I'm just kidding.
But no, was it tough competition, or do you feel like?
For sure.
Okay. What was the who? During Wednesday night fights, do you compete against even former like Series E players? Are you competing against the best, or are you just competing against with new qualifiers?
It's a mix of both, honestly.
Okay.
Some of the E-Series competitors don't enter WNF just because either they don't have time
they don't
or
need to. Yeah,
they don't
that's
feel
true.
like it.
Yep.
But players like Dawn, Red Ditto, Tempest, Flash, players like that enter WNF all the time, so it's always pretty hard.
Is it?
Like,
That's
I think
awesome.
WNF is probably consistently the hardest weekly bracket now.
How many weeklies do you compete in typically?
Honestly, if there's a weekly on a day, I'm probably answering it.
Nice. So what about, where are you calling from? Do you have a local weekly that you go to physically?
Oh, no, there's no locals around here that I know of that I go to. I mostly just play online right now.
Online. Where are you calling
brackets.
from?
Vermont.
Vermont? Whoa,
yes.
That is far. You
very Eastern Coast.
It is very Eastern Coast. You don't meet too many people from Vermont. And
yeah.
What is...
A lot of people don't even know the state exists, I swear.
I bet you half of my staff wouldn't even know where the state is, to be honest. They probably have no idea. Some people, and legitimately, if you're in chat, I would like to know this, if this is real. UMISHO, and you could explain this to me too, if you actually believe this or not. Did you know that Alaska is not an island?
Huh?
Did you? I mean, am I that far off that think that people would actually think that Alaska is an island?
Is it not?
Oh no! UMISHO!
Wait. No, I swear I'm not that bad with geography.
Look, apparently the entire United States school system has failed. Alaska is not an island.
Yeah.
Alaska is connected to Canada, which is above United States. It's literally connected, but because it is shown on a United States map and it's shown where Hawaii is, everyone, and I'm going to say everyone, but apparently 30% of the population thinks that Alaska is an island. If you're in chat, please let me know if you actually thought that Alaska was an island.
I was about to say, I swear I've looked at a map before.
Which makes sense. I get it. Alaska is down, shown down there. I get that. But wow, I blew your mind a little bit today already, UMISHO, and hopefully we'll sign you and you'll be even more excited. I think that's all the questions I have. Oh, will the win streak stay alive? Are you planning on? I mean, is it ride or die? Is it first or nothing in Series E?
I'm gonna do my best.
I love it. I love it. And so Vermont, all the way from Vermont, we've got UMISHO. We're going to sign this new player to one of the brands. Let's find out who it's going to be. And not surprisingly at all, we've already had one of these brands taken away. So UMISHO, if you had to guess which one of these two brands you were going to be representing, which one would it be?
It's a really good question. Can I get a hint?
Did you? Yeah, here's the hint. The hint is that, oh man, I already forgot the name. Red Ditto already signed with Tyson. So there's only another one up here. That's your hint.
I'm going to have to guess it's probably Razzo.
All right, well, we'll find out. Take it in. Take it in all close on me, production. Here we go. I need a drum roll at home. It is now going to be... Just kidding. That's right. UMISHO Razor looking good in green.
Nice.
We got to get that. That's not a Razor headset, is it right now?
No, it is not.
We will change that.
I'm gonna have to use one soon though.
Oh, we'll change that for sure. Don't you worry. The folks at Razor love us and they love all their players. And most people that do compete for Razor have high expectations and great success. So you've got quite the name to live up to, UMISHO, but you'll be looking good in green, my friend, and I really want to hear about the reactions and sort of your plan for Season 2 in Guilty Gear Strive. But welcome aboard now, Razor, UMISHO. Congratulations. Got to feel pretty good.
Yeah, it does. I'm very happy with Razor.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome to hear. All right, fellas in the next studio, take it away, and let's hear some real reactions from UMISHO. Take care.
All right, we've got UMISHO joining us here inside of Studio Blue, and I promise the geography lessons are done. You don't need a map for this interview. Don't worry. Do you want to just ask your initial reaction here off the top, joining Series E, representing Razor now? How are you feeling right now?
Very happy, very excited. Especially considering when I started playing this game, I didn't even really intend to start competing in it. Like, I actually had the game uninstalled for a pretty long time. And then when Happy Chaos came out, I was like, that guy looks kind of fun. So I reinstalled, and then I just played on my own time for like a couple months. And then one day I just decided to enter a bracket for the fun of it, and I did decently well. And then I just kept entering, and I kept improving. It's been a really good time, honestly.
I guess you could say you continue to do, decently well, 7 weeks in a row. You won a couple of Thursday night brackets last season. I mean, that's all right. I really want to know what excites you the most about this opportunity coming into Series E for this season.
Just getting to play against so many high-level competitors every week is going to be a blast, because obviously, every week there's like WNF, which has really good competition, but having E-Series like guaranteed every week is going to be so fun. Just to know that I'll have so many good players to play against.
Yeah, you hit it right on the head right there. Like, so when Jimmy and I used to play in the arcade era, luckily we lived in a location where fighting games was very like poppin', happening. Arcades was very popular in like the Southern California area, and you live in Vermont, so arcades are way long and gone. So luckily we have the online play, and you get access to play some of the best players every week, which begin at Wednesday night fights, and of course other locals even entered as well. But then they all cultivate and Series E. But here is the fun question for you, because I always have to ask, first time meeting you, how did you get started in fighting games? Because that's, I always got to ask, where are the kids playing these days? So how did you get started?
Oh, funnily enough, I feel like this probably isn't an answer that's going to be expected. The first fighting game I ever played was a few years back. It was actually Melty Blood.
Yeah.
Actress Again, current code. A friend of mine just one day asked me to play it with them. I had never touched a fighting game before in my life, outside of Smash, but, you know, people will disagree on if that counts or not, right? But yeah, I just played that with a friend, had a lot of fun, and then after that, I started playing games like Guilty Gear Plus R, Exard. I never competed in them, mostly just played casually, like every once in a while for fun with friends. But then, like I said, when Strive came out, Happy Chaos released, all that, I started playing more, just entered brackets for fun, and now here we are.
Very cool, very cool. One more question too, and this is actually part of your future question. So if the patch comes out and they take away a few bullets here and there, a few little things for Happy Chaos. Do you have you been messing with other characters? Like, what's your battle plan here?
For a while now, I've been putting a lot of time into Soul and Biken, actually. And I have a lot of fun with them. So, honestly, a big part of me is really hoping they do something to Happy Chaos, because this character, yeah.
Just say it.
Because, okay. Obviously, it's fun. He's a fun character, right? And I think there is a lot of room for self-expression with the character, in theory. But right now, it's kind of... certain parts of him are so strong that it's like, okay. Like, I pull up to a bracket, I do the thing that is strong with the character, and then I leave, right? There's so many cool things this character can do, but when certain parts of his kit are just so strong that there's no reason to not do them, you lose a lot of self-expression. So I'm hoping they tone down the parts of the character that are like that, just so you can do more, like, self-expression with the character, if that makes sense. So there's not one right way to play the character anymore.
Got it. Yeah,
even
thanks
if
for
it
the
makes
feedback,
it weaker
man.
overall.
Gotcha.
Yeah, the honesty is great here. I love when you were talking to Tyler, the honesty, the jokes. It's sometimes players don't want to admit their character's OP, but hey, here you are.
So broken.
I know. I don't have a question for you, but I want to congratulate you that winning 7 Wednesday fights in a row hasn't been done by many, and you have joined the elite of, I think, only a handful of players in the past in history of Wednesday fights to do that. So I'm looking for you to doing your own version of the Goldberg streak. I'm not sure you watch wrestling, but keep building that up.
I've heard of it.
Yes, good, awesome wrestling fan. But yeah, keep doing what you gotta do and keep adding on those wins.
I think the joking about it is great. I've certainly seen a ton of the discussion around Happy Chaos. We've certainly had plenty of conversations just here in the building, right? What do they do to him? What's going to happen to UMISHO? And I love that you are pretty confident that you can just be like, yeah, the character's OP, probably deserves a nerf, whatever. But, considering how strong you were in qualifiers, considering really how good you looked the few times that you got to compete in Series E last season, now coming into this season as Razzo UMISHO, as one of the Series E pros, how confident are you that you can come into the season and maybe win it all, or maybe kind of where do you have that bar at?
I'm pretty confident, but I'm not going to put too many high expectations on myself. I think I'm just going to go in, do my best. I'm pretty confident that I can do pretty well.
I'm certainly looking forward to it. And also, I do like the fact that you understand your character and the kit to where you're like, yeah, throw some nerfs at it. I want to show you guys more different things that I can do with it. And I'm also curious to see, what happens to maybe force you to bring out the bike in or the soul.
I hope so.
What kind of diversity? That would be interesting, right? We didn't see really, in terms of at least the Series E players last season, switching characters during the season. Diaphone was a player where every week you came in and it was just like, is he going to bring out the Eno? Maybe it's the bike, and even brought out the Testament. So I like that you seem to be confident that you're like, hey, there's other things I can bring out, and I'm looking forward to seeing that. And I would certainly hope that you are as well.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I'm looking forward to it.
Biken and Soul are both a ton of fun. I hope I have an excuse to bring them out next season.
I'm keeping my fingers crossed. UMISHO, again, congratulations on joining Series E, representing Razor. We appreciate your time and just being willing to sit down and talk with us here today. And we're looking forward to seeing what you can do this season. So best of luck and thanks so much.
Thank you.
All right, let's go back to Tyler. We've signed 2 players. We've talked to 2 returning pros. We've got 2 more to talk to here as well. Let's head back over to Tyler.
Thanks so much, Yeso. UMISHO, congratulations to Razzo UMISHO, I should say. And also a huge shout out and thanks to Razzo, one of our oldest partners for us. I got to be honest, when we first opened our doors in Santa Ana, Razzo came in clutch. They gave us a bunch of used peripherals when we had a massive event. And since then, it's been kismet. When we moved over and started inside Walmart stores, they were one of the first ones to step up, and they've been one of the first peripheral brands to come in for Series E, and they love it. They support it, and we love you guys as well. Thanks to Bob, Cisan, Dwayne, and Michael, and everyone else at Luke's I'm sure talking to. You guys are awesome to work with. We can't wait to see what's going to be coming up in store for us. If you guys need the latest peripherals, you need that awesome headset, you need a new chair, you even need a new gaming laptop. I mean, that's what I work off of is my Razzo laptop, the Razzo Blade. It is a phenomenal piece of equipment. I really have 0 issues with it. And it works well for all my design programming, and I like to game on it as well. So that is Razzo. Go to walmart.com/esports arena. If you guys need it, just obviously go there. If you watch us, support us. It supports the players, and these brands keep coming back to provide more Series E content and ideally pay these players even more money as we grow the Series E branding overall. So thanks again to Razzo, and we're going to take a quick short break, and right next we've got a new player that'll be coming up that we'll be talking to shortly. So take it away, Razzo. Thanks all for tuning in.
Versus coming daily under pressure. Working on applying the scheme. The true style trademark is at the edge of your dreams. Yeah. One shot, now the future is yours. I'm turning dreams into reality. In the lab with the formula and chemistry. Your memories spark and motivate and make the industry shake. With the bars and the breaks, I'm talking one chance that was so good for the goal. It's one shot, now the future is yours. Let's go.
That Death Adder mouse was one of the first mouses for me to ever really understand what the difference is between a gaming mouse and a non-gaming mouse. I was a controller player for the longest time. I played Halo 2 growing up, and then I switched over and started playing some MOBAs, started playing like StarCraft, and that Death Adder mouse is the one that is, I believe, the most purest mouse that you could possibly game on. If you just like a simple mouse, that Death Adder, and obviously the fact that it's even got the wireless to it, it literally lasts me about a week. The battery just lasts so long. The technology in that is phenomenal. I highly recommend buying that mouse. It is phenomenal. And they got awesome colors like white too that go along with it. Literally the computer's way over there and I've got this wireless mouse and it's flawless. So at any rate, thanks again to Razzo. But now moving on to another great company and another great player. We've got Intel Razzo will be coming up next. Intel Razzo, one of the first favorites that was joining Series E, and to take that championship. They were also here for our 5K face-off, and I had a chance to talk with them about their experience here and how they were going to do. But obviously, it's time to check out how Intel Razzo did the first season of Series E Guilty Gear Strive. Roll it.
Leo's in the business. Give it up for Razzo!
The most hyped player going into Season 1. Welcome back, Razzo.
It is! Range to do so. Use it for the PRC.
Razzo delivered as one of the most consistent players in Series E from the start of the season.
No, that's exactly how Razzo was able to come out on top.
He's got super as well.
They return to represent Team Intel once again in Season 2 with a new character and the same competitive drive.
Intel Razzo, how are we doing?
Hey, doing good.
Doing good. A little bit different of a background today than we had the last time on draft day.
Yeah. Yep. We're in my place this time. No more.
No. Where are you calling from right now?
My home. But I'm in Jacksonville.
Oh, that's right. That's right. And you guys are driving down to CEO, and then obviously I had to pull over in the McDonald's parking lot behind the dumpster, but still we're able to make the interview for sure. How's it been representing Intel for the first season of Series E?
I've had a blast with it. It was honestly like I remember being so excited in like the first draft day, and like it felt like the pressure was on more to really keep pushing and like becoming just like a more consistent, more stronger player. And I would say that this whole Series E program, and especially having the Intel name by me, it made me take things a lot more seriously. And I do appreciate just having the opportunity and everything that's came with it. It's made me better as a player for sure.
Oh, that's awesome to hear. That actually does feel really great for us to hear that. You know, I mentioned it earlier in the show that it was really a passion of ours here at Esports Arena to provide this competitive gaming experience to folks that need it and desire it, but don't really have that opportunity to seek it wherever they are. And Guilty Gear, the fact that it works so well online, and it's also something that, and I remember even talking to you about this at the 5K face-off, and I asked you, I said, hey, are you going to win this? And you said you felt pretty good. You just needed to, what was it? Learn, I guess, these monitors or these inputs, right? And then you ended up taking fifth place at 5K face-off.
Getting used to like setups outside of your own home are definitely something that is important if you're going to compete offline. It's something that I didn't put enough emphasis on. At home, I play with like really nice settings and everything, and not every place is going to have like the same settings as you do. So it's something I need to work on to just better. But I'm still happy with how I did, honestly.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. No, we are as well. It was awesome having you out here. It was awesome having the whole Series E crew out here. That literally was such a joyful event for all of us. We were just so happy to see you, see the group. And I know you mentioned it before, the pressure that you had. But there was a lot of folks that were working with you or relying on you to take that first place. Is this season anything different? Are you now a bit more relaxed? Are you planning on taking this first place? Less pressure now that you've got one season under your belt?
So when I started with this season or season one, I told y'all that one of my main goals was just I wanted something like big under my belt, and this is before CEO, right? So that means this is also before things like Frosties or things like Mark Razzo. And I would say that those two things are things I need to remind myself more to be proud of, especially. These other events here and there, like the online weeklies, of course, they help me with practicing and everything. But mostly just like being in person and offline and being able to show that I can like rock with the best. I think that has made me a lot less anxious, and some kind words from friends have really helped me out too. So really, I think this season, I think I'm going to be more relaxed, and I think that's what will help me like keep a steady like pace throughout the whole season instead of just burning out or whatever.
I'm very much looking forward to that. And I think I agree wholeheartedly with what you're saying too. It does make a lot of sense. Now that you kind of have this experience underneath your belt, you're obviously more prepared for this new season coming up. We had the two new players signing in today, and looking forward to getting your reaction about these two new players and seeing how well you can compete against them. But I'm going to let the folks over at more of the experts. It's really great to see you again, Intel Razzo. Hope to see you again soon. Congrats on qualifying for the next season of Series E, and thank you so much. I'm going to send that clip to Intel because you made it sound really good there. So thanks so much, Razzo. Good to see you again. Boys, take it away.
All right, we got Razzo joining us here. First of all, we all reacted immediately. We love the flex, pulling out the medals. That's incredible. That was super cool to see. It's awesome to have you here. Of course, we spoke at the 5K face-off, and Tyler was talking about that a little bit. I want to talk about your approach coming into the start of this season, because you kind of threw it back to last draft day. And one thing that really stood out to me, we sent out like surveys to all of the players at the start of last season, and your name popped up a lot. A lot of players had their eyes on you. They were excited to compete with you. They were looking to measure themselves up against you, and you came out and had a really strong start to last season. I mean, you and Shine both looked really good to start the season. The second half, a little bit more of a mixed bag, and I know you didn't finish the season kind of the way that you wanted to. So now coming into season 2, what have you adjusted? What have you changed, and how confident are you coming into the start of this season?
So this season, I think it's just a lot of like relaxation and just being confident, not just like in whatever tools that like my character might have or whatever, but just like I can see what the other player's doing, and if I pause and just wait long enough, I can figure things out. I don't need to just have the right idea at the start of the match or else it's over, right? That's why it's 3 out of 5. So really, I think that's what I need to work on the most. It goes hand in hand with patience, but it's a different type of patience. It's like, it is active patience where you're not just like doing nothing just because you want the game to go out slower and you want to lose slower. It's because you want to eventually like start winning, right? So that type of like active patience and like active like paying attention to everything that's going on is something I'm working on more this time.
Yeah. So season 1, you were the person that had the target on his back for sure. You won the season, the highest qualifier for season 1. I saw like how strong you were in the beginning, and then I'll also have my dark horse bet, of course, which was Jonathan Tanay. So I was like, okay, it's going to be interesting dynamic. And I saw, your challenges if you were going to plateau, people are catching up, like what to do. And those are absolutely normal to have. But now for season 2, target's not as much on your back. It's on UMISHO's back. So how does it feel going into season 2? Because you're actually one of the only players that has beaten UMISHO in tournament. Not many have, with the streak that he's been like terrorizing the digital streets of Guilty Gear Strive. So how does that even feel going into season 2 now that the target's not really on your back? Does it give you more wiggle room, or are you going to just like really go all in now, go hardcore?
I think since the target's not on my back or whatever, I didn't think about that too much, but it does mean, right, like more people are going to want to care about like beating a specific player. I know that for sure. If you're constantly fighting the same person in bracket and losing, like that sparks something in a player to want to, like eventually get over it, right? So as far as people like UMISHO or Redditor, I think I'm actually pretty confident versus them, and I think not having that target on my back, I guess, like hypothetically or metaphorically, whatever, I think it doesn't matter so much. I'm gonna keep it relaxed. I'm gonna keep doing what I do, and I'm going to just focus on like just being a better player, not just like I won the set type of better, like I improved type of player. Like I might have lost this, but I learned something type of player.
Yeah, I got to remind people too that you won the last qualifier, so it's like you're the lion in the den. You are the lion. People got to remember that Razzo can at any time win the tournament, And yeah, sometimes it might catch Razzo off guard, but you're at the upper echelon of Series E. You are one of the Series E premier players. So looking forward to your performance this season.
Thank you.
Yeah, and as UMISHO openly admitted that his character is broken, and you being someone who has beaten him before, do you think Happy Chaos is broken?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think if you just like, it's just comparative to every character in the roster. It's not really all about what he has, but what other characters don't. So I'm hoping that season 2, I would prefer for it to be more comfortable and like less explosive, so that they tone him down instead of toning everyone else up. But depending on like, regardless of like how they like go with it, it just, you gotta bring up the lower tiers for sure. You definitely like, we need to see more Anji, we need to see more Gold Lewis, like those type of characters, like they need something. They or Chaos at least probably shouldn't be wall breaking off like a P button. It is what it is though.
I think there is one person that we're probably going to talk to next that maybe doesn't want to see any Gold Lewis buffs, according to maybe a couple of tweets from today. But we won't name any names. But speaking of characters, one thing that you and I specifically talked about after the 5K face-off was you were kind of trying to figure out whether you wanted to go for a character swap. You were considering swapping over to the bike, and of course you've been playing the Leo for quite a while. You were playing the Ram as well prior to Season 1 of Series E. So I want to kind of get your thoughts on kind of where are you at in terms of the character swap. I know you've been tweeting a lot about hoping for some Leo buffs in Season 2. Where do you kind of stand on all of this at this point?
So the Leo buffs tweet was a pretty funny joke I made. If I do say so myself. I don't actually think he needs buffs.
Sure.
I would prefer if a lot of the strong things get toned down, to be honest. Like I don't like winning off the flash kick, but if it's what it takes to beat some of these other characters right now, like I'll do it, obviously. But as far as like just characters, season 2, Series E, my thought process right now is just pick whatever I'm having like fun with. I think fun right now is like superseding my need to like win, my need to place, mostly because I already have like placed. I already have won before. And I just need to do what makes me happy. And I think whatever makes me happy is going to keep me more consistent than whatever isn't, you know?
I am right there with you, and I'm looking forward to it. You know, I know when we had that conversation, I was really excited. So, and for me, as long as you're having fun, I feel like that is going to translate to the audience, to the casters, to the people that you're playing against. So I'm right there with you. I'm looking forward to it, and I'm excited to see you competing once again. I appreciate you taking the time to join us here once again today. Of course, congratulations on requalifying, and we are definitely going to have our eyes on the Lion here going into Season 2 of Series E. So best of luck, and thanks so much for taking the time.
Thank y'all. Have a good one.
Keep getting the medals.
All right. Flex the medals. Razzo joined us there just for a little bit. We have one more returning Series E player to talk to. Before we do that, though, let's go back over to Tyler in Studio Red.
Yes, that's right. I'd just like to take the time to thank our sponsors, of course. And one of the first sponsors we had, actually, I believe the first sponsor to say yes to Series E was none other than Intel. The greatest gaming CPU, the greatest CPU in the world, one of the companies that, I mean, literally probably sends rockets into space, and they also support Series E, which is fantastic. So thanks to Tim Clark, Lisa Thompson, and Carrie Friedman. You three have just been absolute rock stars for us, and we cannot thank you guys enough. So thank you again so much for the support that you guys have done for Series E. And if you're looking for that new Intel-powered gaming laptop or Intel-powered SSD, gaming desktop, you obviously know where to go. Walmart.com/esports arena. And obviously, you're not going to go wrong with going Intel. It's got power inside, or it's Intel inside, that's for sure. And it's Intel inside our production room, because show it, Connie. Show me the Intel production room and what you guys are up to. There you go. Everyone's there looking good. They've got a little bit of the glare during the daytime when it comes to Intel, that's for sure. But it does indeed say Intel production room. Big sponsors here at Esports Arena. We love them and they love us. We still hope so. But of course they do. Regardless, thanks again so much, Intel. Big shout out to them. And we're going to play one of their ads for you guys to recognize, because they probably paid a lot of money putting that ad together. And I think it's a really cool ad too. So go ahead, roll it. All right, thanks again to Intel. And now, last but certainly not least, in fact, last but first, none other than Jonathan Tanay, Vizio Jonathan Tanay, the champion of Series E Season 1 Guilty Gear Strive, our inaugural season, the very first season. And I think the reason why Jonathan Tanay had such a great and stellar performance in this first season of Guilty Gear Strive Series E was because he competes in Southern California and in NorCal. He's a West Coast, Best Coast kind of guy. He competes at Wednesday night fights. He knows the scene. He knows it well. And it's just a comfortable scenario for him. And also, he wins at Jeopardy. The guy just lives and breathes esports. So congrats to Jonathan Tanay, our champion of Season 1 Series E Guilty Gear Strive. Let's find out how Jonathan Tanay took the championship. Roll it.
Made it to the Series E, which we're really happy about, but what are you going to bring to the table versus all the veterans that are in it right now?
Season 1 Series E champion, Jonathan Tenney!
Welcome back, Jonathan Tenney. The young prodigy from the Golden State, Jonathan saw incredible growth throughout the first season of Series E.
I'm not too good at like gassing myself up or whatever.
Don't worry, we got a bunch of people here that will gas you up.
Oh, Jonathan Tenney! Jonathan Tenney does so well. Knows how to get it done.
He is considered one of the best Zatos.
Great stuff to Jonathan Tenney.
Oh no, the dash up command grabs. Tenney, run! No, go burst, run! The 5P! The leapfrog baits out the burst. The bursters is quenched, and so is this fight.
Despite a slow start, Jonathan became the most dominant Series E pro, earning himself the title of Series E champion. You'll definitely want to keep an eye on Jonathan Tenney this season.
Jonathan Tenney, how are we doing? Saw you early in the show, so you must be feeling pretty good after taking the victory on Jeopardy.
Yeah, for sure.
And where are you? Are you down here in SoCal or back up in NorCal right now?
No, I'm in SoCal right now.
You got finals week coming up?
In 2 weeks, yeah.
Well, what's more important is Season 2 of Series E, obviously. And as you can see, I have your glorious trophy right here from Season 1. Look at that. Look at that. It says the name on it and everything.
It sure does.
It sure does. Are you planning on taking Season 2 as well?
So, I mean, in Season 1, I kind of just like, my mindset was pretty much, all right, I'm gonna show up every week, and I'm just gonna not think about it too hard and just kind of play. And then I did end up winning, but it wasn't really like part of the plan or anything. It just sort of ended up happening. But I think it might be because it seemed like I was definitely a lot less stressed about it than most of the people there. Because that was the mindset I was going into it with. That might have helped.
That's a very good mindset. If you heard Intel Razzo beforehand, they were saying how much it was a little bit of a pressure going into the scene right in the very beginning. But now, of course, with that one season under the belt, it makes sense for them to be a little bit more relaxed going into this. So maybe now it's time to turn the pressure on, like you just said, right? No. So you need to do the opposite, turn the pressure on a little bit and be like, I got the target on my back, and I gotta hold this title, and I gotta get me a second one of these. And so how was it at Jeopardy? How do you just know all the answers to that? I mean, you were absolutely wiping out the competition. Was maybe the competition not so good, or did you just happen to know all this so much?
I think I probably was just faster at knowing it. Like other people, like Vineeth could have like gotten it if you gave him like 5 more seconds. You know what I mean?
Fair enough. Fair enough. That makes more sense. You've been representing Vizio for us. I believe you've got a shiny new Vizio TV hanging out in the apartment or the house with you. How has it been with Vizio and just being able to represent such a phenomenal brand?
It's been pretty good. I definitely like. I know that like Shine was like super happy with Nerf, but like every time if someone said like Nerf Jonathan Tenney, I would like not be able to keep a straight face. You know what I mean? Because so I'm happy that I got Vizio.
That's awesome.
For
No,
sure.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
And Nerf is one of the most. I do believe it is kind of one of those hilarious brands within esports, but it makes a lot of sense, right? Because Nerf Shine is so good, you got to nerf them, right? Like you say things like that within esports.
Yeah.
I think it's a great brand to join the scene. Obviously,
no,
Vizio.
of course, yeah.
No, I know. I'm not saying you're not saying that. I just get the fact that it is kind of funny. You say Nerf. It's comical, but also makes a ton of sense for sure. Well, Jonathan Tenney, congratulations on the championship season. I'm going to pass you over to the fellows who know more about you and more about the game itself, and they'll ask probably a bit more specific questions. But congratulations again. Inaugural season, first ever Guilty Gear champion. This trophy will be coming with you shortly. So congrats again.
Thanks.
All righty.
All right, we got Jonathan Tenney, our Season 1 champion, joining us here inside of Studio Blue. Jonathan, it's good to talk to you. Again, I want to start, right off the top here, really. You have pretty quickly risen to being one of the best and most respected players, honestly, in the Guilty Gear scene. Alex was mentioning it earlier. We talked about you a lot on Series Recap in the start of the season about your kind of growth and what direction you were going in. And now all of a sudden, a lot of people have a lot of respect for you. You've competed and placed very well at all these different events. You won Series E. We're certainly going to have our eyes on you at these coming big LAN events, Combo Breaker, Evo, etc. For you, how have you kind of been handling this rise to prominence in the scene?
I don't think it's really affected me that much because I don't think I ever really like it didn't ever matter to me that much what like other people thought of me as a player. It's just like, oh, okay, I could like very clearly be doing like this better, I could be doing this better, or I'm missing this, and so it's focusing on that and not really, you know, not thinking too much about anything else, I think.
Seems like a pretty good attitude to kind of let that stuff just, you know, pass you by, and it certainly has served you well so far in your competition, so that's certainly great.
Yeah, the dark horse, man. Congratulations. I mean, yeah, okay, you know, don't take it derogatory or anything about the dark horse. It's just the term comes from a player that is coming out of the woodworks that like not many people knew about, or like how good their character would be, but we kind of knew. And you already like look.
Alex knew. Credit where credit is due. Alex knew.
So here's the thing. You already mentioned that it takes Apology Man 5 extra seconds to figure something out. So and I said that, you know, you're like you know, you're young, you're like a sponge. I remember I was, you know, 18, 19, you know, wiping the floor with like 25, 26, 27-year-olds at the arcade. I know exactly how that feels. At first I'm like, I'm just playing just because I'm having fun and I'm not really thinking about the competitive aspect. But now that you're getting all these accolades, and you know, there's a lot of upcoming events, and do you feel any pressure at all? And plus, and also to add to it, like, are you? I'm gonna snowball on this too, but I think online doesn't really give you the amount of pressure as if it were like offline, because the crowd, the friends, and people are kind of looking into like, all right, what has he really got up close and personal? So question though remains, like, is the pressure actually really there, or are you just going to take it like you did season 1 and just try to have fun?
So for Series E, like the whole like circuit and all that, I think it's gonna be fine. But at the LAN event, like the 5K face-off, that was the first time that I got really nervous since Evo 2019.
There you go.
And it definitely, I think it showed, because I was not super happy with how I played that weekend, I think. So yeah, I think that if in like future offline events, if that happens, that's not going to be great. But it's definitely like, I definitely don't feel the same kind of like pressure or like stakes or anything when I'm just sitting in my room like playing, versus like at a tournament with people who like traveled to get here and stuff like that. I don't know, it feels really different.
No, I appreciate you you know, letting everybody know that while online is a very integral part of competitive gaming, and it's a broad reach, and you get good training on it. Yeah. The offline experience is where like that's really where you make your name. You know, like, hey, I can handle the pressure. People are looking up to me. Like, I'm actually real. I'm there. I'm not just a screen name. You know. But I'm really looking forward to the new stuff. I mean, you're young. I know that you got some new stuff. I know that you're still gonna be a pest in everybody's like bracket, and I'm just excited to see your play in season 2.
Thanks.
Yeah, you talk about the pressure, and then now you had a glimpse of it and the experience, and had the opportunity to absorb it. Have you taken any sort of advice from anyone or any action to combat that for your next offline experience?
So, like the whole reason, like back in Dragon Ball, that I started entering like online stuff was because it was like, all right, after Evo, I was like, okay, I played like garbage there because I was so nervous. Like my hands were shaking constantly. I couldn't like finish on my combos. And I was like, all right, let me enter online tournaments. Let me try and simulate tournament nerves. And that lasted for like a month, and then it stopped. So I'm pretty lost at like how to be better about that, because I think that everybody probably gets nervous. It's just like, how well do you play when you're nervous? And that's something I'm not really sure how to improve on.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, both Alex and I, we can share that sentiment. No matter how well versed you are, or how skilled you are in any craft, any trade, that initial moment you walk into it, you have the butterflies. And what really helps us is just thinking back on the experience and see how you felt at the moment and be like, all right, I can squash that, and just build on that emotional click and switch that you turn on and say, okay, I did this before, I got this, right? So just building off of that will help you. So that's my advice to you. Yeah,
that makes sense.
To go off of what Jimmy said about the butterflies in the stomach, the way that I combated that is the more offline events that I've gone, one less butterfly is taken away. And that comes with the camaraderie of your friendships, the rivals, the people trying to see what's going on. Like you end up controlling the crowd after a while. And that's what I'm looking forward to seeing your play in the future, my man.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely, in NorCal we had like a local every Wednesday when Strive launched, so I had a whole lot of that, but I haven't really been able to like go to like weeklies and stuff like that. But even at those like locals, I didn't feel it. You know what I mean? And even at Arc Revo, actually, I didn't feel it for some reason. At the Series E face-off specifically, even though actually I lost to the same two players, I lost to Flash and Otashi in both those tournaments, in Arc Revo and Series E. But for some reason, I felt like a nervous wreck at Series E, and Arc Revo I felt perfectly fine, and I could not tell you why.
Got it.
Very interesting. The final question I have for you, and this is a really important one that I feel like a lot of people have, is I need to know the story behind the dog pictures on your Twitter. All of your tweets with your dog and all of these great photos. I need to know what is the story behind this and what's going on there, because I enjoy it, but I'm just curious.
It's just my dog, and she's really cute.
That's it?
That's right.
Yeah, she makes really funny faces.
Hey, I could certainly agree. Jonathan, again, can't congratulate you enough. It was, awesome to sit down with you, right after you won the Series E championship at the end of last season. It was great to see you come out here to Southern Cal, and of course you're here in Southern California, but come to
take the Uber.
Headquarters and compete in the 5K face-off. And I'm looking forward to seeing, more in the future. And I'm definitely looking forward to redemption for you at Evo this summer. You can get redemption for 2019. I believe you. We certainly all believe in you, and we're looking forward to it. So thanks so much for joining us here today, and best of luck this season.
Thank you.
All right, folks. That was your Season 1 Series E Guilty Gear Strive champion, Jonathan Tene, joining us. We're just about ready to close out the show. We're going to go back to Tyler one more time, and then I think he's going to come in here and join Jimmy and Alex. But let's head over to Studio Red.
Excellent. Wow, what a show. This has been another phenomenal draft day for Guilty Gear. We get some of the best interviews from these guys. I love how they break down their play-by-plays. I love how much they know the competitors. They really do strive for themselves to be better competitors, and they really take Series E to heart. They take it very seriously, and that's exactly the type of competitors that we want here at Series E. So congrats to all 6 players, the 4 returning and our 2 new, UMISHO and Red Ditto, for now being signed to the first ever Tyson's Anytizers player, as well as our newest Razor player in UMISHO. So looking forward to seeing this new season. I'm going to go over to next door, talk a little bit about who I think is going to take this next championship for Season 2. But this trophy does look phenomenal for Vizio, Jonathan Tene. It does. I mean, look at that. It really does. It's world class. We do take ourselves very seriously when it comes to the championship trophy, but we do have like a Mobile One high performance moment MVP of the game. That's actually legitimately like an oil can, or like an oil canister that we turned into a trophy. That's hilarious. But regardless, this trophy looks phenomenal. So congrats to Jonathan Tene, Vizio, Jonathan Tene, for taking the Season 1 championship, the inaugural first ever Guilty Gear Strive Series E tournament. We're looking to do a lot more with Guilty Gear in the coming months and the year and whatever. Maybe we'll see you guys at Evo as well. But regardless, this has been a phenomenal day. I'd like to give a huge shout out to Vizio. They're here located in Irvine as well. Neighbors to us, but really good friends of ours as well. So thanks to Michael De La Cruz as well as Matt Riviera. You guys have been nothing but great supporters for us. We look forward to doing a lot more with you guys. If you do need a new TV, I can't stress this enough. We've been working with LGs, we got Samsungs, we got all this sort of stuff. Nothing is easier than using that Vizio Smart TV that we have in our lounge over there. Their M series is phenomenal. The colors are super vibrant. They take gaming very seriously. They're investing heavily into gaming right now and want to do so because that's what gaming needs, is a proper gaming television that works just like a monitor. And Vizio is taking that very seriously. If you are in the market for a new television, please go to walmart.com/esports arena and check out the Vizio latest products. Their stuff is phenomenal. I'm not even just saying this because they're sponsoring Esports Arena. Literally, the user interface is phenomenal on those TVs. Everything's going to smart TVs nowadays, and that TV is incredibly smart and incredibly fast. Take a look at it, and thanks so much to Vizio again, and congrats to Jonathan Tene. Guys, it's been phenomenal. I'm going to go over next door right after this little advertisement from Vizio. Please give them the support. Thanks so much again for another draft day. I'll see you guys in a quick minute. All right, here we are, Studio Blue. I'm hanging with Alex, hanging with Jimmy. Guys, another successful draft day.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. It's great, man. It's like orientation at school. You can see the new kids coming in there. Get to see some of the veterans, and now I know the veterans are like looking forward to seeing like if they can keep up still. You know? And the new kids are really like, yo, what do you guys got in the box here? So.
It'll be interesting to see. Yeah, that's for sure. I think with the two new competitors, and we saw with Apex Legends originally when we did our first, we had 3 seasons of Apex Legends before we brought in new games, and the second season of Series E brought some of the best competition for Apex Legends because these guys go like, wait a minute, I didn't know this was happening. Like, this is awesome to see now. So they qualified for the next season, and then we had a full swap of the leaderboard. The guys that were just coming in brand new ended up taking the first 4 spots instead of the other guys. So hopefully we'll see a little bit of that, which is great about Series E because you always have this revolving door of new talent coming in and out. So I'm looking forward to seeing these guys. Would you say that there's a potential new champion on board with any of these new players we got coming in?
Always. I mean, if you look at all the players today, they're some are still in college. Right, they're at that moment where we were kind of getting our seasoned experience coming in, right? So you never know who's gonna win, really, right? Because back in the day, same thing. At that age, while Alex was winning the locals and everything, but at the big majors, it can be anyone.
Oh, dude, wouldn't it be sick to see one of these Series E guys on the stage, final stage at EVO?
It'd be amazing.
No,
it's gonna happen.
Get all 8 of them, though.
All 8 of them in the top 8.
Well, I mean, I don't think it's so far-fetched because look at the results of every major that's been going on already.
I know that we always have at least someone in the top 8, right?
Someone's definitely in the top 8, and they all say that if it wasn't for Series E, they wouldn't have kept up with the game this long and this heavy grinding with the top players.
And the best part is because they're being paid to do so. So again, every single one of the players you guys saw today is getting paid a $750 a month salary just for competing. I mean, essentially twice a week. I mean, that's all, and from home, because Guilty Gear has made it so much easier to compete from home, which has been awesome. But obviously, we like to do the LANs. LANs are so fun. It was so good to do the 5K free or the 5K face off here at Esports Arena. All right, you guys, I'd like to see this. What was the favorite moment of today, and then who do you got for season 2? We'll start with you, Jimmy.
I love the fact that UMISHO just blatantly just said, "Yeah, my character's broken." I love it because he truly embraced the character at that moment, and the fact that he also said, "I hope he gets nerfed," to show that, hey, I can take a challenge, but also to give everyone else a fair chance. I mean, that's kind of like an underhand crap talk a little bit. You know?
I dig that too, because he's kind of like, all right, I think I could still do it even if he is nerfed, and I don't want people to be calling me out for saying, well, the only reason you won is because he's broken.
Absolutely.
So who do you think takes season 2?
I gotta say UMISHO, because the streak, man. I want the streak. I want the streak to keep going.
All right, Alex, favorite moment?
I'm actually looking at Razzo's humbleness and going into Series E for season 2. Really shows, like, veteran player now. Really shows that it's not taking it easy at all. Really going to grind, but trying to prove himself that he can still hang. I call it the Lion of the Den because in season 1, in the beginning, it was the top of the leaderboards, right? Didn't come out at the placings that he wanted towards the end, but he's looking and reflecting. He's always, trying to keep poised and true to himself to win it. And I think, like, not a lot of people do that. A lot of people are just kind of so down on themselves, and they come in and they doubt, they don't know, and that's very important. So I think everybody should take note of just humbling yourself. You may win in the beginning, but who knows? You may drop off, and that's just part of the grind. Yeah. And as part of who's going to win, wow, that's going to be rough, because, like, depending on what happens in the patch, UMISHO is really strong, but I do got the kid, Jonathan Tanay may surprise us, because it's still, you can see his attitude.
I mean,
like,
he's chill.
He's a little trolly. So he does have the grind.
He's got that confidence.
He's got the confidence.
Yeah.
So I think Jonathan Tanay may surprise people.
Is that who you guess for season 1 too?
Well, I put it on Razzo first, and then the dark horse was Jonathan.
Okay,
Tanay.
and then so I guess you kind of won.
Kinda.
That's funny. I'd say that my favorite moment was I did kind of like when Shine mentioned that having this consistent competition makes him a better player. And I mean, obviously, Tyler, I get that, right? Like, I played tennis growing up, and, like, playing against a worse tennis player made me a worse tennis player. You up your game when you're playing against better competition. And Shine brought that up instantly, which, and Shine has been in top 8 in some of these majors already. And so we see this because every Series E player is getting top tier competition every single week. And no other, besides LCS, you got Overwatch League, you got, the kind of the big ones that throw a bunch of money into this. Do you have this type of top tier competition every single night of the week? And or not every single night of the week, but every single week. So I like that. He basically called out Series E for what it was and made me feel good, because we started this with that sort of hope. And Shine hit the nail on the head there for sure. And if I felt it all the way through, and even just before I even met the guy, I felt that they were going to win. So I'm going with UMISHO. I want to see the UMISHO. I want to see the UMISHO show for him to take season 2. I do think that, but who knows? Maybe it'll be another Razzo situation where the pressure's on, right? Because he's done so well. And so the pressure's on. So now, can they take it all the way to the end? And I think that his confidence and his jovialness and essentially the fact that he's from Vermont, right? Yeah. So the guy's going to win because he's from Vermont. He
just has to, right?
He just has to, exactly. You're playing Guilty Gear, especially in the wintertime. What are you going to do? You're playing Guilty Gear, that's for sure, or skiing. At any rate, any last final words with you guys?
Yeah, I mean, I just want to point out, going on what we talked about and what the players talked about, is the common theme here during Series E was the players learned how to adapt. They learned how to take the L, as I mentioned earlier in the show, and it's great to see that. Right? It's not if they lose and they automatically go on social media like and blah blah blah. So to see that maturity in this young class of players
100%.
is amazing. It's absolutely
couldn't have said
amazing.
it better myself, Jimmy. I 100% agree with that.
Yep.
I think that's a great way to put it. And look, I mean, esports there's got a lot of Twitter, warriors, keyboard warriors out there, and not once has there been any real animosity with Guilty Gear and these incredibly mature young players.
Yep.
100% agree with that.
And the rivalry.
They're
making it their own story.
And we need to make it more of a story. I think we've got UMISHO. Does the new kid take it? Or do we have old blood with Jonathan Tenay? Or does Razzo take the monkey off his or her back and then basically, go down that path? So,
yeah, I'm just looking forward to another amazing 16 weeks of, a seasoned game now. And season 1 is like people are just kind of going through the motions, like who's top tier, and okay, now we kind of develop it. Now there's kind of like not many excuses. Like you're what the patches are. Your assignment. You've played your character for quite a few months now, so like it's do or die now. So there's no hiding. People know enough data of how many events that you've entered. So it's actually harder. It's much harder. So it's going to be great.
Too. And everyone's getting to know each other. Everyone's getting to know different type of styles that they play. Well, that's been it. I've been kind of on the fence. Sorry, guys, to take it to a little too serious note here, but I've been on the fence about talking about this, and I don't want to bring down the mood at all. But right before the show started, there was a shooting in Texas that happened at elementary school, and I'm usually not want to talk about stuff like this or really even bring it up at all. But it's time for this to stop. I think a lot of this newer social media stuff and the type of audience. I mean, it was an 18-year-old individual who did this, and not to say that we have this massive platform that people can listen to Esports Arena and they watch us, but a lot of people do live on social media. They live on video gamers. They have access to Reddit. They have access to Twitch, and they watch all this. And if there's any troubled individuals that are out there that ever think that is the right answer to do, it is absolutely not the right answer to do. And you are now the most hated individual in the entire world, and it is not a goal to ever achieve that, and this country has to do something about it. And it's something that just needs to take place, and there's no time or any reason for that to ever take place in this world at all. And it's just not okay. So I think we got to do something about that, and this country needs to do something about that. Sorry to take it down for a notch there, you guys, but regardless, we are happy with Guilty Gear. We're happy with Series E. We are moving on. Every player was very happy today. We want to focus on the happy times, and we definitely don't want to focus on the negative times. We need to recognize this, and we need to do something as a community, as a gaming community, reach out to our friends, reach out to those troubled individuals, and make sure that we can do everything we possibly can to resolve this issue that this country has. So as CEO and founder of Esports Arena, I will make it my duty to, of course, continue to recognize this issue and try to do everything I possibly can. And I'm sure you guys feel the exact same way. And I speak for all of us here, and I'm sure all the viewership as well, that there's just no time or place in this country for that sort of stuff. So regardless, sorry to bring it down, but we're going to bring it back up. We do roll our credits. All of us are in the Intel production room. We show off who we want to support this season or who we think is going to take it. Pretty much every single brand. Thanks so much to all the sponsors that are out there. Thanks so much to the entire production crew that's out there. You guys absolutely crushed it today. We were getting really good at running draft days, that's for sure. So, Alex,
fun.
Jimmy, thanks again for coming out. We'll see you guys for season 2. Thanks so much, everyone, signing off, and take care.
And good luck to everybody else.
Yes, good luck. Good luck.